It's the Danielle Show. Da-da-da-da-da-da. You see your head peeking out.
I don't see it. Okay.
Okay. It's a booze and review day, baby.
Are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Okay. Oh, that's the ring.
Wiggity, wiggity, wiggity.
No,
okay. Guess what episode it is?
What episode is it?
Episode 8.
Are you sure?
I'm sure because you literally told me 5 seconds ago.
Episode 8. Yep. Yep, you're right.
Yes.
Welcome back, everybody, to episode 8.
Yes.
Of the dumbest podcast you probably listen to.
Absolutely. 1000%. If it doesn't, yeah. If it's not us, it's not dumb.
How you doing, Danielle?
I'm good. I'm a little tired today, but I'm good. How
Yeah?
are you today? You could never tell that I'm tired though.
No, because you just wake
I'm
up and you're like,
I'm freaking.
you know who you remind me of? Did you ever watch The Wild Thornberrys as a child? What the fuck is his name?
It's Donnie.
Donnie. You remind me of Donnie. You kind of look like him too.
I'm gonna put like a side by side.
Oh man.
There's a guy I watch on stream, and he does that so freaking well. It's bananas.
Oh my goodness.
It makes me laugh every time.
Does it make you feel at home a little bit?
I do. Yeah. Here she is. What How are you?
I'm all right.
Good.
Yeah.
Anything exciting right now about your life right now?
Except for my Band-Aid? No.
I
not
didn't
really.
say you did it. I was gonna take that part out. You did it.
Danielle decided to point out my Band-Aid on my face. You can't even see it.
I was gonna cut it out. You mentioned it.
Well, now I mentioned it again.
Well, now we're gonna have to start all over.
No. Leave it. Leave it.
Leave it.
You're like a child. Or a dog. I mean.
What? I am a child. What do you want to start with?
You know, we've been doing
I don't know
this.
why that was so awkward.
We've been doing this for now 8 months.
Well, I don't know.
And it doesn't get any less awkward.
Yeah, I know. It's fine. Do you want to start with our special alcohol? Listen, don't be offended if I don't drink all of the alcohol that.
Oh, I'm not going to like it.
It's 8%. And
she's going to be
well, I have to drive home and I'm like, we're moving things. So I'm like,
oh, Mike's moving things. That's what you mean.
No.
All right. What do you got for us, Danielle?
So I went shopping because it was my turn because I forgot the last 2 fucking times because I'm an idiot. And I saw these at the store and I was like, oh, we're a party podcast. So let's do a party.
Party podcast.
So
you heard it here first.
I saw White Claw Surges, which they're basically Bud Light Platinums. They're comparable. So it's just like a White Claw, different flavors. They're just a bigger percentage. So if you're a Fun Fam member and you like to get fun, here's your platinum. Your platinum seltzer.
Did you like pregame before you came over here?
So we've got
all right. That's
cranberry.
Cranberry.
Blood orange.
Oh, I don't know. I'm gonna like these.
Lime.
Nope. I don't know why you're handing them all to
and
me.
Blackberry. Oh, here. So,
which one do you think your favorite is?
I think I'm gonna like the cranberry or the blackberry the best.
I think the blood orange is gonna be my favorite, and I think I'm gonna hate the rest of them.
Yeah.
And I really think the blood orange also is not gonna be a top contender, but it's gonna be the only one that doesn't make me want to puke.
Okay, well, good news is, oh shit, I don't know what we're gonna. If you hate them all, we can just pour them all down the drain because I can't bring them back with me. So.
We can figure something out.
Do you want to do because just in case you do like one and you can keep it in the fridge, you can, I'll do the glasses. I want to give you the glasses because you're not going to like them. Do you understand why?
Yes. Okay.
I'm going to start with the lime.
Okay. Can you, I want to smell it. Smell. Focus.
Smells like a seltzer.
That smells.
It's like more fragrant than like regular seltzer.
That smells like a tequila drink. You know how like tequila can have tequila. Forget it. It smells good.
Okay. Well, a good smelling. I'm gonna be like you the last podcast. This is how you pour things.
Okay.
Oh, I hope I get the soundbite from that. Do you want the? Oh,
I don't care.
Okay, here you go. Think it. What the fuck? They're not as seltzery as
I actually don't mind this.
Yeah, it's actually not bad. They're not as seltzery for some reason. Okay,
I got
there
a lot
it
of
is.
lime.
There
Nope,
it is.
It was a lot of lime. That's not that bad though. That's not that bad.
It's I get alcohol though.
Yeah, I think
They are
Put that over there.
alcohol-y for sure.
I think if I had to drink that, I could.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be like, I'm just not gonna
This
drink
is-
today.
Oh, okay. So
What's
it's
that?
not that bad.
No.
This is the blackberry.
Can I smell it?
That smells good. They smell really good. They're very
Ooh.
yeah.
That smells really good.
They smell really good, which is like, oh boy, there's a lot of bubbles. Oh,
Whatever. Okay. Oh.
Think it. Inside the cup. That's good. What the fuck is happening?
That's really good.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that's really good. What the hell?
I'm gonna keep this over here.
Okay.
All right. Oh, you can do it. You can do it.
I'm gonna burp a lot. This
That's
podcast,
okay.
just
Every
letting
time.
you know. You want to smell?
That smells amazing. I love orange.
Wow, yeah,
That smells so good.
It smells just like orange soda.
Yeah, that's how I would compare it.
Yeet! That one's a little more seltzery. You don't taste orange. It's just
No, it's an aftertaste of orange that I don't like.
yeah. It's not as
Is my favorite the blackberry? Who would have thought?
What is happening? That one's okay. These for some reason these have way more flavor, which surprises me.
Okay, fucking.
You want me to do it? Oh, you got it.
That smells like cranberry
Ooh,
sauce
I like
right
it
out
now.
of a container.
I'm gonna love this. I love cranberry for some reason.
I'm not
You
gonna
don't
like
have to take
this.
a big sip.
I'm not gonna like this. Okay, you got to tell me what it is first.
I mean, you definitely get cranberry for sure. It's very free. It's not very, but
No fucking way. That is cough syrup in a container.
I like it. It's not my favorite. Favorite for
Oh, well,
sure.
we can share that. I mean,
Okay,
will
I'll
you?
pour some more.
Yeah, you can pour some more. The blackberry is my favorite too. Is that it?
Okay, that's good.
I just wanted to give you half. So if you
Is
want.
that half?
Yeah, it's
Okay, cool.
definitely half empty. I don't even think like.
So consensus. They are all right. They're just all right. I would say go for a regular
Let me, like,
flavored
move into frame.
thing over these because they're interesting flavors. Like if these are your favorite flavors, I would say go for this. But they're just okay. They're not anything special.
I think if I had to, blackberry is my favorite. Then the lime. Then orange. Then cranberry.
I would say blackberry, lime, orange, cranberry. Yeah, just like yours.
I thought you just said you like the cranberry.
It's okay. I think I like the orange and the lime better.
That literally just reminds me of. I'm sorry. I gotta say it. Did you ever have to drink Robitussin as a kid?
Probably. Oh, like yeah, the cough syrup. Yeah, it's
That
not good. It
Makes me dry. Like I'm thinking about it right now.
Nothing can be worse than the fucking soggy sock. So that shit was bad. Although I don't know.
That's difficult.
Yeah.
Would you rather drink the soggy sock water?
Oh, that for sure.
I wasn't.
Oh.
What was the worst one that we drank on the podcast? What do you think? Other than the soggy socks, like if we had to put together.
I don't think we've had any other like really bad ones besides that one because I can't remember. We've had so many.
I'm sorry. It's really still getting to me. I have to burp too, and it's gonna taste like cranberries.
Oh no, drink the blackberry ones so you can mask it.
Nope.
There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I hope that doesn't
I burped
smell
it
like
for you.
cranberries.
No. I just drank the blackberry. They're just okay. They're nothing special.
I'm in pain right now. This is like in my face.
I liked the
There we go,
margarita
that's
ones we had besides the fucking soggy socks. That didn't have.
Was that a That was the margarita ones?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
I don't remember.
Oh, maybe they're not. No,
No.
they're not. They're not. I can't remember what they
No,
were
I think
for.
you're right. I'm sorry. I'm just.
Morgan's having a bad memory trip.
I really am because I'm just thinking about all the times as a child that I had to drink Robitussin, and that's exactly what that tastes like, minus the like seltzer part. And For the record, we all know I don't like seltzers that much. Like overly seltzer.
Yeah, I don't know why the fuck we keep getting seltzers and you don't like seltzers.
Truly, seltzers are okay. As soon as I saw you brought White Claw, I was like, no way. I'm not. I don't like White Claw that much.
They're a little more seltzery than Truly's, I think. Yeah,
but
these ones aren't as like soda-y, like they carbonated.
They aren't.
But the flavors are just poo poo. They are. I don't know what the problem is. It's truth.
The flavors are just
truth bombs. Truth bombs. Truth bombs. There's gonna be lots of truth bombs today.
Oh my god.
Truth bombs. Yes. I'm trying to be Yoda.
Anyway, what do you think you would rate these out of 10?
5. They're not that great.
Yeah, I think I'd be the same. Even though the blackberry is really good, it's like
if they
not
sold
really
the
good.
blackberry just as a pack, I would buy it. Yes, but the rest of them are just okay. Like I would rather have Truly lime than this lime.
The lime wasn't that bad.
If you want to get fucked up really quick, there you go.
Yeah,
they're 8%.
Just plug your nose. You know, I wonder if the Mio trick would work with these.
Oh, probably.
I don't know if we talked about it on podcast. Did we?
I don't know if we did.
So when we got those
really bad Hawaiian ones, the Hawaii, they had flowers on the front.
Yeah, they were like small containers, like maybe like this high. I don't remember what the name was, but okay. While Danielle looks, we had a Friendsgiving, and one of our friends came to the Friendsgiving, and I gave her one, and I was like, "You got to try these. These are so good," in hopes to get rid of them. And she added Mio to it, and it actually tasted really good. So I wonder if the Mio trick would work with this. Sorry, I keep moving this. I feel like my head's not in frame. That's better. It's okay if you can't find them. They were like, I just saw them in Hannaford. That's okay.
They have sour Bud Light seltzers. I hate sour things, and I almost got them, and I was like, no.
I'm so sorry.
Oh my god.
That had throw up in it.
I know I heard it. We're this.
That is what I needed, though. My hair is fucking atrocious. I look like you just picked me up on the side of the street and you were like, "Go do a podcast."
You want to do a podcast?
Hey, you over there. Podcast?
I need a podcast partner.
Oh my god.
All right.
I'm so sorry. I hope that doesn't pick up nearly as.
No, that shit's
it was
hilarious.
frothy.
Yeah, I heard it.
I feel better though. Thank you for asking.
I didn't ask. I knew you did. Fuck. I feel like every time you have a throw up, you burp, it like makes you feel instantly better. Mm-hmm. That's how I feel like those are always there when I have Chipotle or Moe's.
Oh, Chipotle. Did I tell you?
Are you getting Chipotle today?
Yeah.
Sorry.
No. Did I tell you? You're fine. Did I tell you I got the quesadilla?
Yeah, you did. Did you say they were good?
It was good. The chicken was kind of greasy though.
Oh.
Because you can get a quesadilla, but it's literally meat and cheese. Like you can't add other things into it.
That makes sense. But you get sour cream and salsa?
Yeah, I got sour cream and salsa, and then I was going to get red salsa, but they didn't fucking give it to me.
Bitch.
So I just got a heaping thing of sour cream with no red salsa.
You got that from Chipotle?
Yeah.
Interesting. I think I'm going to get a burrito tomorrow.
I don't know what it was. We got Moe's. We didn't come over last Monday, right?
No.
Why?
Because of the Super Bowl? I don't know. Why did we? There's something going on Monday.
Josh was sick.
Yes.
Josh was sick. And I think we both got burritos that night, and it was actually pretty good.
I'm feeling it.
Yeah.
I'm feeling a burrito. And I don't think it'll make me shit. Oh.
No beans.
Yes. I was literally going to say next. If I say I want black beans, don't fucking get them for me. Please.
I'll just ask for black beans on the side.
No, just don't get me at all.
Okay. I'll be like, they were out.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fine. If I ask for it, just don't get it.
Okay.
I told Mike, I said, Mike, remind me friggin' tomorrow, don't get black beans. Because I got black beans yesterday. My stomach was like,
yeah, so it's definitely black beans.
Yeah.
No black beans.
For sure. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because
maybe can you do pinto beans?
Beans, magical fruit to make you want to. The more you eat, the better you feel. So eat more beans with every meal. You've never heard that before?
I don't think I've heard it sung that way.
Oh, how is it for you?
I don't know, but it's not that.
Oh, that's how I've heard it.
Okay, stop talking about your gassy fucking IBS. And can you talk about the books that
Yeah,
you
you want me to go first?
Yeah.
Yay! Okay, I'm only gonna talk about the ones I really like, which is a majority.
Okay, but go over all the books that you like. Just
Okay.
read the books that you.
Okay.
Yeah,
I read the Maidens by, how do you say his last name? Alex, the guy who wrote Silent Patient.
Michaelides.
Michaelides. Okay. And then Fable by Adrienne Young, which loved. Let's see. Yearbook by Seth Rogan, which was an audiobook. Us Against You by Fredrik Backman. The Maid by Nita Prose. And Revengers of Him by Colleen Hoover. I liked a good majority of the books that we're good struggling.
That wasn't as throw up frothy. It's just a regular one.
I liked the books I read this month. They were most of them were 4s and 5s. I'm gonna talk about Yearbook by Seth Rogan because it was my non-fic book that I read this month, and I really liked it. It was an audiobook.
Mm-hmm.
It was just really fucking funny. Like, I've had, like, the week I listened to it, I was just having a really bad week, and like I would go to the gym and I would listen to it, and it was just so funny, and I was probably looked like a psycho because I'm on the fucking elliptical. I'm like, so it was like, it's just good. He just tells it's Seltzers. He just tells stupid stories about his life, and like they're like about him meeting celebrities like Kanye West and like Nicolas Cage, and then he talks about
You're fine.
Oh, I thought you were telling me to put
No,
this
I
away.
needed to crack my elbow.
There's like one story he talks about how he got his father-in-law super high, and he was in the middle of a restaurant. He fucking passed out in the middle of the restaurant. Oh my god,
Yikes.
It's just really funny. And if you're just looking for like a really good non-fic book that's like funny and like light, that's like
if you like Seth Rogan,
Seth and like he's just really good. Like he's never really had bad publicity, I guess. Maybe during the interview, like when he produced that movie, and there's like North Korea was like gonna bomb us because of this movie, whatever. But
forgot about that.
He talks about that in there. So it's really good, and it's interesting, and it's like something super different. And I don't normally pick up nonfiction books. I like I said in last podcast, I like reading about interesting people, and he's an interesting human, and he's somebody that, like, I don't know, you wouldn't normally think about like reading a book about him. So I was like, I'm gonna give it a shot, and I'm glad I did. I gave it a 4. It wasn't like super exciting. Like, I'm not gonna like 2 years down the road and be like, I think about that Seth Rogen book a lot. Like, you know what I mean? Like, so I gave it a 4. And then I read Fable, which is a YA fantasy. I'm not gonna really spend too much time on the books I read because they're all just like, they're like good, but like nothing monumental.
Okay.
So I read Fable. It's YA, not fantasy, which I loved, and there's a sequel. So I started listening to it.
The sequel or Fable?
Fable.
Oh, okay.
So I started it as an audiobook, and I loved it so much that I bought both the copies of the
sequel too. Okay, good.
I bought them both.
What's the sequel's
namesake?
Yep.
Yeah.
So you can put them back to back.
Yeah,
you could do
and
the
they make a
Bookstagram
face.
post.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
cool.
so excited. The book is so good. It's just really pretty, like, written because it's out on an ocean. It's basically about pirates and like, and they're like, I don't know. It's just a ship of like teenagers, and they're all just like going on this adventure, and it's really, really good. And I just really enjoyed like the descriptions of the ocean. And it's like middle of winter here in New York, so it was like very sunshiny and like tropical, and it was like the ocean. I just really, really enjoyed it. The characters were fun, and it was like, I love fantasy.
What's the plot?
Basically, Fable is our main character, and she was left on an island by her dad, and her mom, and he saved her from a shipwreck that her dad and her mom was on. And there's a mystery behind that. Okay. And her life goal was getting enough money to get off the island that she's been stranded on for her whole life. And she does. And this is where the story takes off. It's really good. It's really, really good. So I liked it. It's a light read. It's fun. It's world building. I liked it just because of the pirate thing. Like, pirates are pretty cool, right? I think they are. So yeah, I like that. I'm excited to read Namesake. I'm gonna make it a priority for next month. Probably not gonna happen, but it's fine.
It's all right. You've gotten through a lot of books.
Yeah, and then I read The Maid, but I'm gonna wait because we both read The Maid.
Yep.
So we can talk about that together. And then I read Us Against You, which is the sequel to Beartown. And holy, I love this book series. It's so good. And I think you should read it because it reminds me of the show This Is Us.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's drama filled. It's got a bunch of different characters with deep rooted stories, and like they have their own individual story, but it's all together in one thing. And that's kind of how This Is Us is.
Yeah.
And I think you would really like it. I know you aren't really a big fan of hockey, but that's not really the central. It is, but it's not. Like, it's like an event takes place in the first one, and that's what makes this whole story happen, right? And it's just so good. It's like, I love hockey, and that's why I picked it up in the first place. But it just ended up being such a deeper story, and it's like emotional. It'll make you want to cry. It makes you feel happy. It's like really good. And I gave it a 5. That's the only book I gave a 5. I take it back. I gave it a 5, but that's one that's gonna resonate with me a lot, and I see myself rereading that series a few times in my life. So it's really good, and the characters are good. It's like got your kids, and then it's got adults, and it's just like, I don't know, it's really good. And I think that like if you're ever feeling up to it, I'm just gonna be like,
here,
have this. The third book's coming out sometime this year. He hasn't. He put it out in wherever he's from. I don't even know where he's from.
I don't know.
But yeah, he already put it out there. So hopefully it comes out in the United States soon. Because I'm excited to read the next one. It should be the final book.
Okay.
So it'll be interesting to see what happens. I think one of the characters dies in it. Somebody's gonna die. Somebody is gonna die. Because God. But anyway, that's that. And I read The Maidens. It was good. It wasn't as exciting as Silent Patient.
Yeah.
I liked it though. It was good. It's worth a read because he's doing the thing that Taylor Jenkins Reid does. This is not really a spoiler, but kind of. He's doing the thing that Taylor Jenkins Reid does where he puts characters in all his books, and I think he's going to keep doing
like
that.
The crossover, yeah.
And so I liked that. That freaked. I like had a mind blown moment, and I was like, Morgan, bah!
Yep. And I said nothing.
Yeah, you're like, that's cool, Danielle. And then I liked the Greek mythology. I thought that was really cool. So if you like Greek mythology and you like mystery, I say give it a freaking go because it's really cool. It was just okay. Like, it was just like, it wasn't anything like super exciting, but I did enjoy my time with it, and I kind of flew through it.
I feel like you did.
Yeah, it was good. And the cover's pretty.
Yes,
it is. Yeah. I don't know. It's good. If you're big into Greek mythology, like I said, like if you're like, I like Percy Jackson, you should read that. Even though Percy Jackson's YA. But good book. Good book. So yeah, that's what I read this month. I kind of flew through what I read because it's just like,
we'll talk about The Maid too because I also read The Maid.
Yeah. So I didn't want to spend too much time because I do want you to read Us Against You and Beartown at some point. I didn't want to give any spoilers, but yeah. I read a good like amount of like genres. Like Us Against You is fiction. I read a non-fic. I read fantasy, mystery, 2 mysteries, and then a romance. So I had a lot of genres. I'm trying to get this genre challenge in here done.
I feel like I also kind of read a little more outside
your
genres.
box normal.
Yeah. Not too crazy. Let's not get carried away here. Not too crazy.
She's like, I'm not reading fantasies, guys.
I read a lot of books this month.
Yeah, you did. You powered through.
But 2 of them were buddy reads.
Oh, yeah.
And the Grey's Anatomy one.
Yeah. Yeah, because we read The Maid with Bliss and Victoria.
Yes.
Which I enjoyed, and if you guys ever want to do another buddy read with us, I'm into it.
That was a lot of fun. But
Victoria, you need to slow the fuck down. Bye.
Okay, you called her out last time.
I'm calling her out every single time.
I'm done calling you out. Danielle left me high and dry on Hawthorne Legacy.
Well,
so
she didn't left. She left both of us.
Anyway, I also read a lot of books at the same time. So that's why I think I got through a lot of books.
Oh, you were reading a couple at a time?
Because I also had an audiobook too. My first audiobook ever.
Okay, let's hear about this experience.
And it fucking sucked. So
that was an ARC though too, yeah.
I read a lot of ARCs this month.
Oh, you're so good at it. I'm not. My ARC game is so low.
Well, it's because I request like 7 at a time, and then I'm like, they're not going to give me any if I have
Yeah,
7
if
in
you
my
7.
backlog. So let me just go over the books I read, if they're ARCs, and how I rated them.
Okay.
And then I'll go in because I have kind of a tangent to go off on.
Oh boy.
No, I think you're going to agree with me.
Okay.
Because I talked to you a little bit about it, but not as much in depth.
Okay.
So I read The Wife Upstairs by Rachel Hawkins. That one.
Oh.
Yeah, that one was a 3.
Okay.
Wasn't really
I
that
have
exciting.
the other one by her if you ever want to borrow it.
Yeah, that was my first book by her, and I think if that's the writing style.
You're not good. Okay, keep going with what you read though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get into it.
The Woman Next Door, which was an ARC, that was the audiobook by Natasha Boydell.
Right. Yep. Mm-hmm. Keep going.
That was a anyway. I read How to Save a Life: The Inside Story of Grey's Anatomy by Lynette Rice, which is the book you got me for Christmas. I read One of the Girls, which was also an ARC by Lucy Clarke.
Mm-hmm.
I read The Maid by Nita Prose. God Bless This Mess by Hannah Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Reminders of Him. And I just finished another ARC yesterday, Stay Awake by Megan Goldin, who is the person who wrote The Night Swim.
Oh, okay. Yep.
So let me just back up and briefly go over a little bit.
Okay.
And then I'll go in depth on the ones that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So The Wife Upstairs, I gave a 3. I don't know if I said that already.
Oh boy. I kind of want to read it, so don't go too.
The plot is the title of the book.
Oh. So she's just stuck upstairs.
There's a
and
lot.
No one knows, right? That's basically it.
That's it.
And then somebody finds her at the end, yeah? No one finds her at the end. Are you fucking kidding?
Do you want me? You just said don't go into it.
Yeah, don't tell me.
Okay.
Because I'll take that.
That's the plot.
Eventually.
That's the plot. The Wife Upstairs is the plot.
Well, yeah, I mean, I guess that makes sense.
It does, but it's the entire plot. Like, it's not like...
Is there more than one character? Is it just her? Is she the protagonist?
No.
Oh.
No. There's more going on. I don't think you're going to like it.
Right.
I think you're going to feel the same way about it that I did.
Okay.
Because it's kind of like a neighborhood drama.
Oh, fuck that. Nope.
Yeah.
Nope. Okay, go ahead. Well, because I'm not going to fucking read it. Nope.
Yeah, someone finds her at the end. Of course they do. And then the house goes up in flames. And then...
What?
They were like, oh, there was only one body found. We don't know where the other person is. Ooh. And that's it.
Cool.
Dumb. It was dumb.
I hate neighborhood drama.
See, I knew you weren't gonna like it.
Apples Never Fall was.
I know it's PTSD. Just because it was that one was a quick read.
Okay, it's small.
Small.
It's small.
It's small.
It's small.
That one. Yeah.
Yikes. All right.
I won't go into anything else. Sorry for this. No spoiler alert there.
Yeah. So okay. Well, I'll let you know if the what's that one called?
Reckless Girls.
Reckless Girls. I'll let you know how Reckless Girls is.
I've seen mixed reviews.
I know. I've seen a lot of people like give it 3s. And
I'm glad I didn't get it, to be honest with you.
But that's the only book that I was interested in that month. That's literally
the only one. Oh, I got Black Cake. I think that
you got Black Cake.
I did, and then I got The Maid.
Which people are loving Black Cake.
I know.
So that's a good pick.
I think Liz read it.
Yeah, Liz loved it.
I need to read it. Yeah. So the audiobook, The Woman Next Door.
First audiobook, ladies and gents.
So the audiobook was interesting because it was my first audiobook ever, like you said. The narrator was, what did Mike say? That she was Scottish or Irish?
I think he said Irish. Yeah.
Because I thought she was British, but then I played it out loud.
The way she says her, like, yeah, we listen to Irish YouTubers and they sound just like.
Yeah. So that wasn't really a big deal. I just had to get used to the way that she was like saying some things because I sped it up at first because I was like, oh, I can listen to it sped up. And then I was like, I don't know what she's saying.
Okay. When you are done talking about your audiobook, remind me to talk about something. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm probably going to forget.
That's okay. I'll probably try to remember.
So I requested this book. 1, not realizing it was an audiobook, but that's fine. And 2, I requested it because it's classified as a thriller on NetGalley.
Okay, I remember this. Okay, keep going.
It's classified as a thriller. So I'm reading it. And it's called The Woman Next Door. So it starts out, there's 2 couples who live next door to each other. Okay. The like plot on the back of the story says like a storm brought them together, but life will tear them apart or some cliche shit like that. A storm they like go over during the storm and they're like, hey, do you have power? I don't have, like, it wasn't really like, oh my God, it was a horrible storm that they were sheltered in together and like shit comes out. They were like, can you help me with this? Okay, thanks. I'm going to go back to my house.
Weird. Okay.
So the entire thing, which I saw coming from a mile away, spoiler alert, if you're going to read this book, be warned. The entire premise was so I don't remember their names. Sophie was one of the wives and Alan is her husband, and I don't remember the other couple's name. But Sophie is like getting a little flirty with the other couple's husband.
Dirty dog.
So
dirty dog.
Yeah, so she's like trying to come to terms with like, I shouldn't be doing this. I shouldn't be doing this. I'm not going to do it. And then we go to a child's perspective later that night, and the child's like, oh, I hear noises coming. Are my parents awake? Walks in to two people doing it. And then the chapter ends with like, and one of them was my parent, but the other one wasn't. And I was like, okay, so you've been making us think that it's Sophie and this guy, but let me guess, it's going to be Sophie's husband and the girl. Guess fucking what? It was. And then like, it was just drama. Yeah. Like, it wasn't a thriller. It wasn't like,
so they just kind of misgenred it.
It was misgenred. If it was a fiction or like a drama fiction, I don't know if there's like a better way to classify something like that. But then it stops, and then it's like 15 years later, and then the daughter from one marriage and the son from another marriage get together, and they meet up in college, and then they start dating, and then it gets serious. And then the two moms are like, okay, well, our kids are dating. Like, we kind of got to figure our shit out. Like, I can't hate you forever, especially if it's serious. And then she goes over, and I was like, watch, the freaking mom who cheated is going to have some like disease or something. Guess what? She has cancer and she dies. And I was just like, where is the thriller?
Yeah, there's not, because no one really dies except for like her, but she like, it wasn't thrilling. Yeah. It should be a fiction.
Yes, a fiction, like
Apples Never Fall, contemporary fiction.
I don't remember.
I think it's fiction, but whatever.
Which that sort of makes sense. Like, there was a little bit of mystery to Apples Never Fall.
There was, right,
but there wasn't any mystery.
Like this. Yeah, maybe if it like it's pretty. If they consider it a mystery, it's pretty obvious.
Yeah, people cheated on each other. That's what happened. That's the book. And I was listening to it, and I was on the treadmill because I did it when I was working out, and I was just like, okay, she's going to have cancer. Oh, wow, she had cancer. Okay, the other two people are going to be cheating on each other. Wow, surprise. Like, yeah, it just wasn't.
Yeah, I think the next time you do okay, first off, before I go into it, what'd you give it?
A 2. I struggled because the story itself would have been an okay story if it was genred properly. Yeah. Like, if I went into it knowing it was a fiction or a drama, I think I would have. It was still predictable regardless. So I think that's also why I didn't like
differently. Yeah,
but I might have thought differently, like when we were talking about the Indians book.
Yes.
So I think that's also why I gave it a 2. And I was just kind of like, I want this to be done. Mm-hmm. I didn't want to, because I think that's also maybe her first book.
No.
So I wasn't trying to be like, oh, it fucking sucked. Yeah, it was a 1. Like, it was just not genred properly.
Yeah, if she genred different, it
would have been better. Maybe I would have given it I don't even know. Maybe a 3.
Yeah.
But that would have been as high as I probably
Yeah. So
what were you going to say?
I was going to say 2 things. Next time you do an audiobook, maybe try one that you're like excited about. Because then you might enjoy it more, because you did it in our ARC. Yeah. I know you're having a hard time getting Libby on your phone and stuff.
Yeah, I need to check that out. I think also I requested that book not knowing it was an audiobook. And then it was like, listen now. And I was like, oh, listen. Okay. But this book, not to jump ahead, I got it on Kindle Unlimited for free. And it gave me the option to listen to it. I didn't. But I thought about it, and I'm wondering if maybe that would have changed how I feel about it if I listened to it.
Oh, maybe. I don't know. That's interesting.
So I don't know.
But when you're looking at audio, like books that you really like or are excited about, maybe try that one as an audiobook, because you might enjoy it more. Because when I look at audiobooks, I'm like, I look at the ones that I'm kind of like, okay, maybe I want to get this, but I don't want to buy it as a book, so I'm going to listen to it in an audiobook. That's why, because like Fable, when I first found out about it, I was like, Annie read it, and I was like, it's okay. And I started listening to it. I'm like, wow, I love this book. Then I ended up buying it. So you might find that you might like really enjoy a book.
Yeah. So I just have to. Yeah. It was my first one. I did request another one on NetGalley. I haven't gotten approved for it yet, but I vetted it a little bit more once I saw that it was an audiobook, and I was like, okay, is this an actual plot that I'm going to want to listen to?
Yeah.
Because I thought about stopping that book so many times, and I didn't. And I mean, I'm kind of indifferent to how I would have felt about it, but
okay. Well, you don't back out of audiobooks now, because I did read, I listened to my first audiobook recently, and I can't remember what it was, and I hated it. I don't know what it was, but then I went into Flicker in the Dark, and I loved that. And then I started to like really get more into it. And I think it helps make your workout go faster. My opinion.
It does. Yeah. And I would listen to it on my during my workout, on my drive to work.
Yeah.
On like, I can't really listen. That was the book that I told you I tried to listen while I was at work, and I was listening, and I was also typing and reading
you were
something,
getting confused,
and I was getting.
Oh, you got dizzy.
I got car sick.
Yeah, weird.
Like, it was the same feeling and consistency as if I was trying to read in the car. So I was like, whoa, can't do that.
That's weird.
Yeah, I don't know. It was weird.
Super side note about audiobooks. So I was going through audiobooks to try to listen, because I just finished Yearbook, and I'm really interested in trying to read Summer of '69. So I got it. It was
Stephen King?
It's Ellen Hildebrand.
Summer of '69.
Yeah. Let me show you the title.
I've seen. Yeah, you're gonna show me.
You'll know as soon as I
thought it was Stephen King for some reason.
I think it's Ellen Hildebrand, and I've been interested in reading one of her books for a while.
Oh, that is not what I thought it was. Okay, never mind.
But anyway, so I got the audiobook out, right? And I was like super excited about it, because it was audiobook. I'm like, I'm gonna listen to it while working out and whatever. So I start listening to the audiobook, and I was like, what the hell? You know what, TikTok, when they put the robotic woman voice on top of like a video?
Yeah,
that's what it was. It was so bad. I'm like, I listened to like 30 seconds of it. I'm like, fucking no. So I bought the book instead.
And you haven't read it yet?
No, I got it from. So I broke my book buying ban, babes.
As we knew it was gonna happen.
Yep.
Called
it lasted
that shit.
a month. Yep. So I freaking, my book club was like, there's a freaking Target sale going on. Buy two, get one free. I was like, I'm gonna get it.
I'm gonna do it.
So I got Summer of '69 and a book club book, and November 9th. Nope. Fake news. I got One True Loves, because I want to give it to you. So once I forgot about it. I was thinking about it, and I was like, shit, I should have given that to Morgan.
Oh, that's okay. I'll get it from you
eventually.
I'm seeing you tomorrow.
Yeah, but it's not at my house. It's at my other apartment. All my books are over there.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
We got missed 2 houses over here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just kidding.
What else did I read?
But yeah, so if you want to listen to Summer of '69, don't, because it's like
don't.
The audiobook is kind of really bad.
So I read the Grey's Anatomy book that Danielle got me for Christmas. My buddy read that with Liz.
When you saw that, when I gave that book to you, what did you think about what it was going to be going into it?
So I knew that the author wasn't a main character.
Right, of course, yeah.
I thought that maybe it was like a producer, or maybe it was somebody still connected to Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
It was a reporter.
Oh, so it was somebody outside of the Grey's Anatomy.
Yeah.
Okay,
She worked for Entertainment Weekly, and the entire book was literally... Of course, I flipped to a chapter. Interviews. Interview. And this book is about... this chapter is about... I did learn some, like, it had pictures.
Cool pictures.
I did learn some stuff, but it was about a lot of the drama that happened early on that I knew about. You saw that too, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm sorry. Let me go to the beginning of the chapter. Oh, for crying out loud. You give them someone to run to, or the care of feeding fans of the media. So this is talking about how people would entertain the fans. And then Ellen Pompeo, not everyone's going to like you. Harry Worksman. I had written an episode right around the time of the Super Bowl. Tony, like, it's snippets of interviews to fill chapters.
Weird.
That's the entire book.
That's weird.
That's literally the entire book.
Thought it was going to be, I bought it, and I thought it was going to be like characters talking to each other, and okay, that's fine.
So I went into it thinking something else.
Mhm.
And I was like, okay, this is what it's going to be like. I remember texting Liz. I was like, if this is the rest of the book, if this is what it is, I'm not going to like it. And she was like, well, maybe it'll be better. Yeah, let's just keep reading. And I was like, yeah, sure. Let's keep reading. Like, it's fine. I'm not going to DNF it. I want to read it anyway.
Yeah.
I would have gotten it even if you didn't get it for me.
Right. Because you would have wanted to know.
Right.
Yeah.
Because I love Grey's Anatomy. And
right.
it
And
did,
that's
like,
why I got it for you.
It did talk, like, it went over a couple of, like, the highest watched episodes.
Mhm.
So for Grey's Anatomy fans, like the plane crash. And
I remember the plane crash because I did watch a few Grey's Anatomy early.
Yeah.
That's an early one, yeah.
And then when Denny dies,
Okay,
and
okay.
that's like early on. It's
Oh.
fine. It's not a main character. You're fine. But anyway, so like main character deaths and like all that stuff. It did go over it when Derek dies, when all these other people die. It also went into when Isaiah Washington called T.R. Knight the F word.
Oh.
So it was talking about all the drama with that. And I already knew about all of that.
Yeah.
Like it talked about how, what the hell's her
I
name?
guess, like, so you're saying it's like a book. So if you're like deep into Grey's Anatomy and you know a lot about it and like the cast,
It's not the book for you.
Yeah. So if you're like a person who's like just getting into Grey's Anatomy and you really enjoy it and you want to catch up to everybody, boom.
Yeah, because it talked a lot. I mean, it did talk a lot about Shonda Rhimes and like all of her spinoffs and stuff like that. I'm not going to lie to you. I don't watch any of her spinoffs.
Right. Like
the crossover episodes.
Is that the one with
Station 19?
Station 19, yeah.
She has a crossover with Station 19. I don't know if Private Practice is still going on, but that was a crossover. And I think there's another one. But the crossover episodes, I don't watch them.
Yeah.
I also don't know what's going on. I'm not going to watch a crossover episode in the middle of Station 19 season and not know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah. I totally get it. But
It's just kind of annoying.
They're just assuming that if you're watching Grey's Anatomy, you're watching Station 19.
And if I was watching both of them, a crossover would be so cool.
Yeah, it'd be so fun, right?
But I'm not. And it was just kind of like forced on us too. Because it was like one of the characters from Grey's Anatomy goes to Station 19. That's how they're trying to get you to watch Station 19 because they're like, oh, you want to see this guy again? Gotta watch Station 19.
Yeah.
And it's just
it
wasn't my favorite. I knew most, not all, of the drama that was brought up.
Yeah.
I gave it a 3, I think.
You're not gonna read it again.
No, I'm not gonna read it again, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But
you know what? You gave it a try.
I did. And I appreciate you getting it for me.
Yeah, you didn't have to spend your money on it, so that's good.
Exactly. I felt so bad because I was like, I'm going to post that I hated this. I texted Danielle. I was like, I really appreciate that you got this for me. Please don't be upset when I don't like it.
I honestly wouldn't have even cared, honestly. I wouldn't have been offended at all. Because, like, how was I to know if you're going to like it or not, you know?
That's fair, but I didn't want you to, like...
You're like, oh, shit.
Whoa, I got her a book. Not going to do that again. Please get me books. Please get me books. So up until now, I'm reading 2s and 3s. Oops. So I was like, I'm in a reading slump. I don't want to read anymore. Not anymore, like being dramatic, but like anymore this month. I'm not into it. I got an ARC. It's called One of the Girls by Lucy Clarke. That pulled me out of my reading slump. It was about this girl who...
That's a pink cover, right?
No.
Oh.
It's a blue cover. I took a picture of it for Bookstagram. I'll show you. But it's about this girl who's getting married and she's going on her bachelorette.
Ooh.
That's what it looks like. I sent it to you.
Remember? Oh, yes, I remember.
Yeah. She's going on her bachelorette with all these friends, and then there's just like some drama going on with the friends, but all of the friends have their own backstories, which I thought was going to be a little overwhelming because there's like 5 of them. It wasn't as bad as I thought it was. And I'm not going to say any spoilers because I think this is a book that you might actually like. And it's also set in Greece.
Ooh,
so they're on her bachelorette in Greece. So they're there, and then some crazy thing happens, and I was like, holy shit. Like, I did not see it coming.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, okay, all right, this is fine. The ending, meh. I gave it a 4. It moved a little too fast for me at the end, and it was just it felt like the author was trying to wrap it up. And it was good. It pulled me, like, that plot twist pulled me out of my reading slump real fucking quick.
You're like, whoa, what the hell?
So I read that one.
Okay.
We buddy read The Maid.
Yeah.
So we can go into that in a second.
Okay.
Reminders of Him. Obviously, I read. The tangent that I want to go on is about Hannah Brown's book. And Stay Awake by Megan Goldin. That was an ARC as well. That was a 3. It really was cool.
Yeah. What's it about?
This girl wakes up in the back of a taxi and she's like on her way to her apartment. And I actually finished this yesterday, so it's still fresh in my head. She's heading back to her apartment. She goes and she's like, shit, I don't have my keys. Hopefully my roommate's home, and bangs on the door. It's like 3 a.m. This random lady comes out and she's like, can I help you? And she's like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, you must be one of Amy's friends. Can I just come in? And she was like, who are you? She's like, I live here. Just let me in. Like, why are you being a bitch? She doesn't say that. But like, it was a conversation of like, come on, I'm tired. Let me in. And the lady's like, no, my husband and I live here. And she's like, no, this is my apartment. So she's like wondering what the fuck is going on. Come to find out, since she last, so she's got some type of amnesia.
Okay.
Every time she falls asleep, she forgets everything that happened that day.
What?
So the last thing she remembered was 2 years prior. So she's like, I was at my desk this morning. I'm just trying to come home. But like, it's been 2 years since she's lived in that apartment.
Whoa. That's so weird.
It gave me Blake Crouch vibes. And I was like, this is going to be so cool. I can't wait.
Is that like Dark Matter? I haven't read Dark Matter yet.
Just more of like a different kind of thriller. A different kind of
interesting
plot to be like, oh, she forgets everything.
Dark Matter,
yes.
Okay.
And Recursion, the book that you...
Yes, I read that,
Yeah. So kind of like that whenever she's like so strung out on caffeine pills, coffee, because she's like, I have to stay awake.
Yeah.
If I don't fall asleep, I'll keep remembering. But
that probably fucks her up more.
Right. And then she goes to sleep and she wakes up and she's like, this person that she was talking to yesterday is like, hey, her name is Liv. She's like, hey, or he's like, hey, Liv, like, let's go. And she's like, who the fuck are you?
Whoa.
So it was kind of cool in that aspect. A little too cliche for me at the end, because I think, I'm not going to spoil it. I think you may enjoy this book because of it was a little bit sci-fi-ish.
Okay.
Just in the aspect of like her forgetting.
Okay, yeah.
I don't even know if I would classify that as sci-fi, but it's like not really a thriller.
Okay.
The ending and because there's this like other mystery going on.
Mm-hmm.
She wakes up with like a bloody knife.
Okay.
And then in the news, there's like, oh, there was a murder last night and we're looking for this person. And she's like, that kind of looks like me. What did I do last night?
Oh, shit.
So that's like where the mystery comes in and the thriller comes in. And then the person who was like helping her through and like responsible for all the like other things, I'm trying to be as vague as possible. I forgot who it was. Like it was a very minor character that I was just kind of like,
I don't like when that happens.
I was like, wait, who the fuck is this guy?
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh, okay, I remember. And then the ending was cliche.
Dang, I don't like when that happens.
Do you want me to tell you what happens?
No, because I might read that. That sounds interesting. I haven't read the Nice one yet, though.
Okay. The Nice one was good. It was in the form of a podcast.
Yeah, I know. I need to read it. There's so many books that I have to read.
I know. But that wasn't my favorite. I think I gave it a 3.
Mm-hmm.
So do you want to talk? So what did you give The Maid?
I gave it a 4.
Okay.
I liked it a lot.
I gave The Maid a 5. So what was not, what do you think was lacking?
I don't know. It took me a long time to relate to Molly.
That's true.
And I was having a really hard time when I first started reading with how like
she's just awkward. And
so apparently she's on the spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, apparently she's on the spectrum. Because I was talking to my not Annie, my sister, but
the other
Annie. I was talking to her about it, and she was reading it at the same time as us.
Mm-hmm.
And she was like, "Yeah," she said it was a certain term, and I can't remember, but she's on the spectrum.
Okay, so that makes a lot of sense.
It makes so much sense. It reads very like that,
mm-hmm.
and I was having a hard time with it.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like was like, "What is happening here?" And I think, this just is. It's a learning experience for me, and I need to be more patient with
mm-hmm.
not those type of people, but like people who are on the spectrum. I need to be more patient,
mm-hmm.
and like my brain moves wicked fast, and that's just like her brain was slow, and like
mm-hmm.
the way she spoke was very slow, and she didn't really understand a ton. It
was more the social cues, I think, for you.
Yeah, it really
you were
bugged
struggling
me.
with the fact
I was having a hard time warming up to Molly, and that's the only reason why I gave it a 4. But I ended up loving her, and like I don't know. That's the only reason why. Bless you.
Excuse me. Thank you.
I was really having a hard time with it, and it's just a learning experience for me because I need to. That's in real life that it shows that I need to be more patient and like more understanding and more like slow down my mind a bit because I was just like, why is she being like this?
It definitely in the middle of the book for me, I could tell that it was gonna fuck me up. Like, you ever read a book and you're like, I don't know what's going on right now, but I know for a fact that this book is going to be great by the end of it.
Yes.
I got that for that book, and I was like, I hope I'm not wrong. And it was going to be a 4 for me.
Yeah.
At the end, we're going to say spoilers. So
yeah,
spoiler alerts here.
If you haven't read The Maid, just don't read.
Just skip ahead.
Yeah, I usually put like the time codes on the bottom so you can go to the next one.
Okay. So for The Maid, when she starts having the love interest with Juan.
Yeah, I think it's Juan.
I think you're right.
Yeah, I think it's Juan. I don't.
So she starts having. I think mine's out there.
No, it's right here.
Oh, thank you.
Yes, I think it's Juan. I liked that side of the story though.
Yeah, it's Juan Manuel.
Yes.
So I did not. So I didn't. Okay, so I didn't hate it. I did not hate it. I think my issue with it was not all books need a love interest.
Fair. That's fair. That book probably could have been okay without them being in love.
And so when I'm thinking about it, though, I'm like, I wish they just ended up being friends. But they kind of did.
Right.
They started with friends.
They started friends. It kind of goes into the future.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then it talks about like them like sort of being together. It wasn't like a huge love interest. I think I could have just done without it.
Right. Mm-hmm.
And I was just kind of like, okay, here we go. Love interest, whatever.
Yes.
And then the end, I think it was the epilogue, like the very last chapter. I don't know if it was labeled as an epilogue or not.
I can't remember what happened.
When we find out that she knew all along that it was Mrs. Black.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah.
So we knew all along. Oh, she knew all along, and she played the part really freaking well.
Yeah.
And I figured it was going to be Giselle, and if it was Giselle, I would have been kind of disappointed because that just seemed very obvious with their friendship and how she was. But the fact that it was the first wife, I was like, ooh, okay. Yeah. Like a little bit of a spin, a little bit of like.
I mean, there weren't too many characters, so it was obviously going to be somebody close. Yes. And like, okay, yeah, she's like, I don't know. I liked it too.
And the fact that Mr. Preston is her grandpa potentially.
Yeah, that I wasn't really following that because
they didn't go too much into it.
Yeah, it was like a kind of like a tidbit into it. So it might not be that, but it sounded.
I think it was because he kind of like gave a little like, oh yeah,
she
like
said
a little
something.
wing.
Yeah, he said something about how her grandma got pregnant, but he left, and then he was talking about how he made mistakes, but he was still there for her. And it made it sound like he was her grandfather.
They also said something about how he like lost a child, I think.
Yeah.
And that was Lucy. Where the fuck did I just get Lucy? Molly's mom.
Yeah.
So I think it was a very small tidbit. I wish they went a little bit more into it, but I also like the idea that it's kind of interpretive.
Yes, me too.
That it's not like, yes, he is, or no, he's not.
Yeah. So like I like that. I like the idea of him being her granddad. And that's
me too.
Him like looking after her, and even if metaphorically they aren't, he kind of like ends up being that person for her.
But that makes a lot of sense why he was so protective over her.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
because it was just like, oh, your grandma was good to me.
Mm-hmm.
Your grandma was really nice to my wife.
Yeah,
your grandma this.
Yeah,
but now it gives a whole other reason.
Yeah, and I really like. And Mr. Preston was probably one of my favorite characters because of how he's just so sweet, and he was just like he was just a really good person overall. Yeah,
I think I'm going to be in the minority here. I really liked Giselle.
She was okay.
She took advantage
of Molly. She
was a
fucking idiot.
She definitely, I liked their friendship.
I agree.
She was good to her.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
When she was like, oh, Molly, like, here, let me give you a makeover. Let me do your hair.
That was
like,
cute.
It was really cute. Yeah. And she was patient with her. And she was like, Molly, you got to like be better about knowing this stuff.
Right. And I like that because she was very patient with her. And like all the people around Molly are rude to her. Like not rude, but like they're kind of mean to her behind her back. Like in front of her face, they're nice, but like.
But she also heard people calling her like a freak or the Roomba.
The Roomba. I was like, God dang, come on.
Yeah, that's freaking rude.
Yeah. So I agree. I like that Giselle was like that, but when she was not like that, she was kind of like. I don't know.
She definitely used their friendship a little bit to her advantage when Molly didn't understand a little bit what's going on. So that's where I'm like, I don't want to like Giselle.
But I think when Molly called Giselle and was like, get out, run now, that's when Giselle was like, I took her friendship for granted, and she kind of snapped out of it, you know?
Didn't she also get left like a bunch of money?
Yeah, Giselle gave her at the end.
Yeah, Giselle gave her like
$10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think it kind of paid off. Giselle was a little bit of a fucking bitch.
Yeah, she kind of sucked in the beginning, but she kind of does like a full circle.
And I liked that she was good to Molly. I think that's why I did like her, because out of everybody, she was one of the few people that was good to her.
I can't wait till we talk about this book. Okay. Anyway,
so what were you gonna say?
No, I agree. I like her. She's not my favorite though.
I don't think she's my favorite either.
Yeah,
Mr. Preston is definitely
for sure.
Up
He's
there.
top tier.
Also, his daughter was kind of feisty.
She was
loved
great.
her.
Yes, I loved the way her the dialogue between her and the detective.
Yeah,
so good. So good. And the dialogue between her and the apartment owner.
Yes, yes.
So good. So good. So good. There was also like, this book was really funny in a way like it shouldn't be funny. Like when Molly has like conversations, like, okay, when she goes into the room where they're doing they're doing the drug thing, and she's like, why is there powder all over? Like, you guys are really like, they had powdered donuts or something like that. And I was dying. I'm like, stop. This is so funny.
Yeah.
It's so good. There's just like like, I would label this as a cozy mystery.
I think that's what it was labeled.
Yeah.
Maybe?
I don't know.
Victoria didn't really like it, and she labeled it in her review as a cozy mystery.
Yeah. I said I liked it, and it's but I like cozy mysteries. I really do, because like Finley Donovan's a cozy mystery for sure.
Yeah.
I like that a lot. But this one I only gave a 4, just because I was having a hard time with Molly.
That's fair. The last one that I want to talk about, and I'm not going to go too much into it. I just have the little tangent. It might not be a long segment, but I think it's something with like Bookstagram that we've talked about before. So I read Hannah Brown's book. If you're not familiar with Hannah Brown, she was on Bachelor as a contestant, and then she was a bachelorette. She had a lot of things. A lot of things happened. So I got her book from the library, and it was actually kind of funny because I don't need this anymore. It's called God Bless This Mess. And I got it from the library, but it was funny because I requested it so long ago, months ago. And I was like, I'm not going to get it. It's fine. I deleted all the requests that I had in my library that I thought. And then like a week or two ago, it said that your library requests are ready. And I was like, I didn't request anything from the library. And I scrolled down and it said, God Bless This Mess. And I was like, oh, I guess I forgot to delete that one. So I got it from the library. I have to return it. But they gave it to me for a month.
Yeah. I mean, it's been out for a bit.
But usually they do like for new releases, because it was just November.
Yeah, I think, it's interesting. There's some, okay.
Oh yeah, I just had to call.
I've been getting, there's some books that I got kind of that are newer that I got like, Death on the Nile I got for a month, and I was surprised that I got that for a month because
wow.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's newly written though, is it?
No, it's not, but it just came out in the movies, so that's why I figured that they would make it more 2 weeks, so I don't know.
So I'm briefly going over this book. I loved it. Hannah Brown had so much shit happen to her. Like, she talked about, so let me in the beginning, I'm trying to like,
there's a lot, like if you don't follow the Bachelor franchise, like it's kind of a lot, because like shit happens to her in her like the season that she was on for the Bachelor, right? That was Peter's season. Colton's season. So
Peter was on Hannah.
Yeah.
Peter was on Hannah. Yes.
Yeah. So like starting from when she was on Colton's season, shit starts to happen.
Yes.
Right? Yeah.
So, and she went on Colton's season when she was 23.
Yeah.
23.
She's and like
young.
I can't even imagine being in the headspace to be on a reality show where you're gonna eventually get engaged. At 23.
So she talked a lot about her it was a memoir. It wasn't a Bachelor book.
It was about literally Hannah.
Yes. And when I went to go write the review, I saw a lot of people give her shit because they were like, I wanted the tea and I didn't get this. In the first fucking book chapter, she says this is not a Bachelor book.
Right. So like, okay, that's where you turn around.
If you're getting if you're getting it and if that's what you wanted, go. There's so many people in
Let me
Bachelor
tell you,
Nation that
Andy,
fucking
if
write
you want a
books.
book that tells tea about Bachelor, get Andy Dorfman's book. She talks a lot about The Bachelor. Her second book's more about her life after, but the first one, she talks a lot about Nick Viall and a lot about Josh, who she ends up like engaged to, but like she shits on Bachelor Nation. So go if you want a book like that, there you go. Andy Dorfman's books are good.
But if that's what you're looking for, and in the first chapter she says this is not a Bachelor book,
don't fucking finish it and shit on her. She's telling you right there.
Yeah. So I was a little pissed off about that when I went to go review it. But she talks a lot about her childhood. So something, I think I told you this, something that I didn't know about her was that her cousins and aunt were brutally murdered. And on top of all of this, she got engaged to Jed on that anniversary.
Oh, shit. Dude.
And as she's leaving, like, Jed was I know we know Jed was a fuck.
But he was a fuck.
Like, he was a fuck.
Like, he was like, we were thinking, like, oh, he's a minor fuck, but no, he's a real big fuck.
And, like, everything that obviously came out with him, like, still seeing somebody back home. She talks about they were getting on the plane to come back after they had, like, gotten engaged. And she saw his plane ticket. And his full name is Jared. And she's like, what? Jared?
Yeah, why did you never tell me this? Hello?
And so she was like, how do I not know your name? And I just got engaged to you. So, like, a lot of red flags. And, like, when they had like a little mini honeymoon-ish time when they were just alone with no cameras after they got engaged. And he was like, I'm so glad that you only slept with me. And she was like, no, I slept with Peter. She didn't sleep with Tyler. She slept with Peter and she slept with Jed. And he was so upset that the fact that she slept with somebody else, to the point where he was like, well, am I bigger?
Oh, yeah, I remember bringing this up. I'm like,
and
ew.
She was like, why is this? Like, I chose you. If this was really about dick size, do you think that I would have gone with somebody who was a bigger?
Yeah, like
she didn't outwardly say that Peter is bigger
like,
dick.
It doesn't matter. Like, that should not matter. You're engaged to this person. This is a person you're spending your whole life with. Who fucking cares how big their fucking wiener is?
Right. So,
like, also, like, how fucking old are you? 5 or like 15?
Like, is my dick bigger?
Are you in high school? Hello. Like, you're getting engaged. This is adult stuff. Like, you're not.
Right. It just, come on, grow up, dude. She picked you.
Right. Like,
and you're a fuck.
Oh my God. That makes me angry. Like, you're clearly 5 years old if you're being like, that's the first thing you bring up when you're like, just get over it. It was in the past. She chose you. Yeah. Get the fuck over it.
So all of that happened on, not all of that, but when she got engaged was on the anniversary. And she was like, oh, okay. That one
should be like a sign, right? Like,
right, just to be like, maybe no. What else? She talked about her time being a pageant girl. She talked about how badly the editing was on Colton's season because she was a villain. Her and Kaylin were against each other because they were the pageant queens.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so Hannah was like, I'm just having fun. And they edited it so badly
that she made her
that she was a villain. And she was like, no, I'm just here. Like, I'm trying to have fun. She talks about how, like, when she was dating, like, she talks about a lot of her college time, and she got fucked over by a lot of dudes. Not in, like, she's been with a lot of dudes. Like, she just got constantly fucked over by this one guy that she was, like, madly in love with. And he ended up turning her down because she had sex with somebody else. So
what is happening?
Yeah. So she questions her faith a lot in this book, too. It was very Jesus-y, but if you know Hannah Brown, you know she's
very well. She's from the Midwest. Not that everybody in the Midwest is Jesus-y, but it's like a
right. She's very because she's from Alabama. Mm-hmm. That's not Midwest.
That's South.
Yeah,
Southern people. Sorry,
Midwest.
Sorry,
Danielle's never looked at a map.
You knew what I meant. I thought she was from like Missouri or some shit. That's all.
No, she's from Alabama. Yeah, Alabama Hannah.
Oh, frig. Yeah, you're right.
But she talks about her time being a pageant girl. She talks about this guy that she was like madly in love with. She talks about her faith a lot. She talks about all this stuff. She talks about Dancing with a Star. Like, I'm not going to go into depth about it. I loved it. Mm-hmm. I wanted to give Hannah a hug after everything that she's been through. Like, she was basically fat shamed being a pageant queen and having like hips.
Oh my God.
And they were like, yeah, you need to go on a diet.
What? Oh my
And
God.
she was like, okay. She talked a lot also about how she hated her Dancing with the Stars coach. I thought that there were rumors that they were dating. And she's like,
Yeah.
yeah, no, I hated him.
Oh, wow.
There is a lot of tea if you give it time.
Yeah.
She didn't go into it and be like, guess what, y'all? I'm going to talk so much shit about Bachelor Nation.
Yeah.
Like, it is what it is. So I loved it. Hannah, it was great. She even addressed when she was on Instagram Live and said the N-word, and she basically got canceled, and everybody was like, did you just really say that? And I think she said she was drunk when that happened, so she was like, did I? And everybody was like, bitch, you don't even care. And she went off all social media, hired like a professor,
Sorry,
bless you, to teach her all about like why white people saying the N-word is bad, not in like a obvious reasons, but more like deep rooted of like, why is this bad?
Mm-hmm.
Why do we think it's okay? And then she wrote this book, I think, before she met her boyfriend, because
her
she
current
does,
boyfriend, yeah.
yeah, because she didn't say anything about being with somebody, so I think she wrote it before this guy, because they seem really happy.
Mm-hmm.
I think
they do.
I think that's her
really,
person.
Really happy, yeah.
So my tangent that I wanted to go off on a little bit was when I was reviewing this book, I gave it a 5. And then I was looking at other reviews that gave it like 1s and 2s, and I was like feeling guilty for giving it a 5.
I don't think you should, though.
So do you remember when you were like, oh, I saw you gave it a 5 and then a 4? It probably changed a couple
Yeah.
times because I gave it a 4 and I was like, you know what? That makes sense. And then I was like, no, I loved this book. I don't care what people think.
Who gives a shit what other people think?
I think that it's on Bookstagram also. There's this like stigma maybe of like all these popular reviewers are loving this book, I have to love it. If I don't love it, I'm not gonna get the likes, I'm not gonna get the right, like, so
just you wait, Morgan.
So I think it also kind of fucked with me a little bit that so many people were giving it 1s and 2s, and I was like, how did you hate this book?
Yeah, and it's also like, it's so interesting to me, like, I'm wondering like if they hated it because they weren't, like, they didn't watch Bachelor or something. I don't know. It's interesting to me that they would give it a 1 or a 2. Like, maybe they, like you said, maybe they were going into it and thinking that they were gonna get like the tea that they wanted. But like, I think you only read a book about a Bachelor person if you really love them. Like, I love Andy Dorfman, and that's why I read her 2 books. And then like there's other people who have books. Like Colton has a book. Let me tell you, I'm never gonna fucking touch that book.
No, me either.
And like Matt James has a book, I'm pretty sure.
I don't think I would probably read that.
I'm never gonna read that. But there's a bunch of people who have books right now that are Bachelor Nation people. But like, you're not gonna go into their book unless you really love them, and that's probably why they gave it 1 or 2s, because they were just kind of like medium about Hannah Brown.
I think in my review, I kind of was nasty in my review about other people, because I was like, I'm seeing a lot of people saying that they wanted the tea, and I quoted the actual quote that she wrote and put on there, like, grow up. Yeah. If you read this book just for tea and you got upset that she talked about her life and all of her hardships, grow up.
Yeah.
Did I expect tea? Yes. When she said it wasn't a Bachelor or Bachelorette book, was I a little disappointed? Yes. But you learn so much about her, and honestly, some of the things that she explained and how she responds and reacts made so much sense. Yeah. Like, I got to know her Hannah
as a person rather than a character.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So did I want tea? Yes. Did I get tea? Yes.
Yeah, but not the one from Bachelor.
Kind of, though. Yeah. Like, she talked a lot about Peter. She talked a lot about Tyler, about Jed. Mm-hmm. But it wasn't like, oh, on my time on Bachelor, producers were so bad. Like,
yeah. And that's like, you really like Hannah Brown. Like, she's one of your favorite Bachelor people. And I was like, am I going to read this book? No. I didn't. No. Hannah's not my favorite. So, like.
And that's fine.
Right. And that's like, I think going into these books, you have to really enjoy this person and, like, go into it.
Yeah.
Like, this is another example. It's not a Bachelor person, but you aren't a big fan of Seth Rogan.
I don't really care.
Right. So I went into it and I was like, oh, I'm kind of a big fan of Seth Rogan. I want to listen to this. And, like, there's another book like Colin Jost. You had no fucking clue who Colin Jost is. I am a big fan of him. And so I'm like, I want to listen to this book. And you wouldn't go out and do that. No. So it's like, I think when it comes to nonfiction books about people, it's all based on how, like, much of a fan you really are. Like, I'm trying to think of a person who I'm not going to go to a freaking bookstore and pick up a book about Gordon Ramsay.
I probably would.
See, there you go.
I love
it's
Gordon
See,
Ramsay.
they're different. Like, I just don't. It depends on how you feel about this human.
Yeah.
Like, if I was to read the Hannah Brown book, I'd probably give it a 3 or a 4.
Yeah, because like it was.
I enjoy her, but not as much. But like,
yeah,
I don't know, it just all depends on like your view of these
and
humans.
that's fine. But I think I was more like I was influenced by the people reviewing it on Goodreads to give it a 4.
And you're like, no.
And then I went back and I was like, no, but I actually really enjoyed this book.
Yeah.
And I felt guilty also giving a 5 out with giving the Maid a 5 and then another book a 5. And I just was like, I'm giving out too many 5s.
Yeah.
Like, does that make me like,
no,
no. I don't know.
I think that like with me and rating the books, like I think it like really depends on how much I enjoyed it. Like when we go into this book, I think I had the same feeling. Like I was thinking about it this morning because I finished it last night, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking about it and I was like going between a 4 and a 3. And I'm like thinking about it and I'm like rating it a 4 because I like everybody else gave it a 5. But I'm like,
right.
I'm leaning closer to a 3.
But if that's how you felt about it, you have to review it. Like it's not a big, also she just said what she gave it.
Whatever.
It's fine.
No, I'll tell you what I'm going to give it.
Well, that's all that I want. I figured our tangent might go a little bit longer, but that's it.
Yeah.
That's all the books that I read.
Yeah.
So we can kind of dive in now to Colleen Hoover.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I totally get why like you would get upset because like if you're going into a book about a person and you don't enjoy it, I just like don't understand. Like obviously it's not going to be a perfect writing style. She doesn't have a writing experience. Like you know what I mean? It's going to have
still kind of liked the writing style. Like it wasn't anything that I was like, oh, this is so annoying.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. It's just interesting that, and I don't even think I've ever given a book a 1.
I don't know if I've just DNF'd books that I've been like, fuck this.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But
I don't know. Whatever. But yeah, it's so interesting that people.
Yeah.
Ones are hard. Like you gotta be like shitting inside the book and like you smell it to give it a 1. Like I just don't.
Here's my book. I just pooped in it and I signed it.
This is my signature. Like I don't know. I just said that's a 1's kind of a harsh rating.
I definitely, but
I've
also
given books 2s. I will give books.
But we talked about my friend earlier who gave It Ends With Us a 1.
Yeah.
Because I think she gave something a 2, and I reached out to her and I was like, "Did you really hate it that much?" And she was like, "No, I enjoyed it. It just didn't make me feel anything."
So that's what.
So her 2 is like it was a good book, but it didn't like give me any emotions.
Her 2 is like a 3 for us.
Right.
Yeah.
Whereas her 1 might be a 2 for us.
Right.
Like, I didn't really like it.
Yeah. Okay.
So everybody's rating style is different.
Rating styles are different. So I don't know. Segue.
Let me, before you go into how much you hated this book,
I didn't hate it.
let me read the synopsis.
I was watching Harry Potter this morning, and it was the first Harry Potter. And before Ron does the spell where he tries to turn his rat yellow, he goes. Sorry, keep going.
After serving 5 years in prison for a tragic mistake, Kenna Rowan returns to the town where it all went wrong, hoping to reunite with her 4-year-old daughter. But the bridges Kenna burned are proving impossible to rebuild. Everyone in her daughter's life is determined to shut Kenna out, no matter how hard she works to prove herself. The only person who hasn't closed the door on her completely is Ledger Ward, a local bar owner and one of the few remaining links to Kenna's daughter. But if anyone were to discover how Ledger is slowly becoming an important part of Kenna's life, both would risk losing the trust of everyone important to them. The two form a connection despite the pressure surrounding them, but as their romance grows, so does the risk. Kenna must find a way to absolve the mistakes of her past in order to grow to build a future out of hope and healing.
Okay. So,
starting off,
you go first. I just want you to speak first.
Well, what did you actually give it?
Okay, so I'm between a 3.5 and a 4.
Okay.
Because
yes, tell me why.
There's a lot of reasons. Because okay, I enjoyed the book. Like I really liked it, whatever. Mm-hmm. It was just okay though. Like it was, I don't know, it made me emotional. Yes, I really like when I feel emotions when I read a book.
Mm-hmm.
I cried. Yes, I cried. There's a lot of points where I teared up. There's at the end a point where I cried, like tears came out of my eyes. And I like when I feel emotional towards a book, right? Mm-hmm. And that's usually when I give it a 4, right?
Okay.
So, but
what was it missing, do you think?
I don't think it was missing anything. I just think the decisions made by a character and like the way
Go into
turned
it.
out. Okay.
I mean, this is spoilers. We're doing spoilers. We both read the book.
Okay,
Go
yeah,
into
we're
it.
gonna get into spoilers, and I think we're gonna get really into it because I think I'm gonna
Looking at my
feel a
notes.
certain way about Kenna that other people aren't because I just don't. I think she did learn from her mistakes and she did build herself, but why do you not call 911 after you fucking get into a car accident? Like,
She was drinking. I think she was high and she was drinking.
I know, but it just really bothers me. This is your fucking person you love, and this person you thought was dead. I would immediately freak out, call 911, even if they were dead and I killed them. Like,
I think so. I don't know.
I think that's what really bugs me for it, and I don't know.
So is that what you think you're feeling indifferent on?
I don't know, and then I think that like I'm feeling indifferent about how like her decisions and like then like I do like how it ended and that like the things, but it makes me like they're kind of all idiots. You know?
Yeah.
They're kind
She was also
not Ledger,
young.
Not Ledger.
She was also young.
Ledger.
So imagine, I don't think she was like super young, but she was
I think she was 23.
okay. So
23,
imagine
24.
you're like
Okay, yeah, you're right.
a young adult.
And you get in a car accident and your loved one, your person who you think you love,
dies.
right? Okay.
So I'm not trying. Please let me. I know I shit on you for like. I loved this book. I gave this book a 5. I loved it. Don't roll your eyes at me. I'm not gonna shit on you for hating this book.
I didn't hate it.
I'm not
it was
gonna
okay. Keep going.
Fucking kill her.
I knew this was how this podcast was gonna go. As soon as you mentioned this book, well, okay. Let me tell you before you go into your thing.
I'm gonna give you a high five.
So we're going through books that we wanted to read for this podcast, and I mentioned Reminders of You to
Podcast.
What did I say?
Podcast.
Anyway, I mentioned this book to you in a group of books that we could read for it.
Yep.
And I don't think you like saw it and like didn't register. And then we waited for book of the month, right? Nothing really like interests us. And then you're like, Reminders of Him. I'm like,
No, I remember.
Oh,
you
okay.
I don't because you said it was at Barnes and Noble.
Oh yeah.
And you
you
were
were
like-
kind of on the fence about it.
We were kind of on the fence because it was $16 at Barnes and Noble, and then if it was on Book of the Month, it would have been a hardcover and $10.
Right.
That's what I was waiting for.
I forgot about that. Okay.
So fuck you and your attitude.
I wasn't having an attitude.
She was having.
Was I having an attitude?
Yes,
I didn't think I was.
a big attitude.
Wait, I don't think I was.
I just hit the mic when I did that.
I don't think I was having an attitude.
Okay.
I didn't think I was. Wait, serious note. I seriously do think I was having an attitude.
I am not going to give you shit
Okay.
for not liking this book as much as I did.
Okay.
I will outside of the podcast. I will outside of the podcast just because I'm going to give you shit all
That's
the time.
fine.
I am just telling you how I was thinking about
please,
it.
Give it to me. Give it to me. Give it to me.
I'm trying to,
Convince
but you
me
won't
to
shut
love
the
this
fuck
book.
up. With that, do I agree with you? Yes. I would have absolutely called 911 as well.
Right.
She was high, drunk, or drinking. She was under the influence of at least one substance. I think they mixed,
both.
though.
Yeah, I think they did both, yeah.
And she didn't go and just be like, well, fuck this guy. She was trying to kill herself.
Okay, right, yes. And that's where I like kind of am okay with the whole thing because she did know she was guilty and she was in the court trial, she didn't say anything. She literally didn't speak unless she needed to. And she took the guilty plea, which I was like, yes, okay, I agree with you, Kenna. And I'm like, I appreciate her for that because like other people might have been like, hey, because her lawyer was convincing her to be like, yes, we can convince the court to get you not time, whatever.
Yeah.
So I liked that. And I was like, okay, yes, Kenna, yes. I appreciate her as a character. I just had a hard time thinking that she wouldn't. And yes, you're right. She was on drugs. She's 23. She's freaking out and whatever. And
the only person that's ever given her any type of love is now dead.
Right, and that wouldn't you get that the incentive that to call 911? Because like,
Okay.
what if there's a chance? What if there's a chance that she is alive? Like, okay, she's not a medical person. She did do the whole like arm thing, but like,
So she did the arm thing. It was not working.
what did you call?
Okay.
This is the whole reason why I'm kind of like indifferent, because these people are
That's fine.
these people
That's
are kind
fine.
of idiots to me. But whatever.
My goal is to convince you to move it to a 4. That's my goal for today.
Okay, so I'm like 3.5, so you've got like 0.5 to go.
Right, exactly. That's my goal for today, and that's fine.
Okay.
So, imagine you're young. Again, we on drugs. You're not thinking clearly.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
She just found out that the person. Shut up. She just found out that the person who is only like her mom was a shitbag.
Yep. And
she
her
didn't
dad's
have.
gone.
Yeah, she didn't have a dad. She finds Scotty and loves him to fucking pieces. Like, that is her person. He's now gone. You have nothing to live for.
Okay. Yes. Okay. I got it.
Do I still wish she called 911? Kind of. Do I understand to a tiny degree? Like, you're not thinking straight. It's not like she was like, oh, I'm not going to call 911. She's got all of these things going through her head. She just got into a car crash. She just found out her boyfriend is dead.
Okay.
dead.
Yes.
And she's on drugs and she's drinking. She doesn't know what to do.
Okay. Yeah. I get it. Yes, I get it. Yeah.
So
a lot of fucking emotional shit's going on. In the book, right? In her letter, she said she didn't drink as much as Scotty did.
And that's why she drove.
Right.
But she was also, I'm pretty sure they were high.
Yeah. I just can't get past the idea of like not calling 911.
Which is fine.
Right. Yes. And it's if she did call 911, the story wouldn't be the way. Yeah, I just want to get this.
Oh no, did you like hit your leg on
Yeah,
something?
but it wasn't hard.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm just like, I'm getting into this conversation, so I need to get comfortable.
Okay.
So I just like, it really just irks me that you wouldn't call 911. Like, I just think like, she's young. Yes, I get it. And I think putting myself in the headspace of me, 23-year-old Danielle, I probably would freak out, but I don't think I would go home. And she's on drugs. She's drinking. I just can't imagine myself not calling 911. And clearly this is not me, right? I just think I put myself in the main character when I'm reading.
Of course, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and like, again, here's another good point. Going from devil's advocate for myself, right? So her mom's a shitbag, right? And like, she's not, and her father left. So I guess she never really learned what the best way to handle situations like this, because she's never really had somebody in her life that stayed and like taught her these things. So I guess, yes.
That was going to be my next point of like, we might have been raised differently.
Right. Exactly.
Which I'm with you. She should have called 911. I think
this isn't the only reason why I'm giving it a fucking 0.5.
I think also what part really like why I'm kind of overlooking that is how different each side of the story is. All we're hearing the entire book is how she left him. Right. She was a smoker. Right. She was this. Mm-hmm. She wasn't doing like the prayers. She wasn't.
Yes, she's bad to these people. She's just
she's
not
this
good.
horrible
she's
person.
Not great. Yeah.
And then I kind of figured that it was gonna be a misunderstanding.
Oh yeah.
To how many like proportions though? Like I figured she was probably still gonna be a smoker.
Right.
Still like she ended up like they had
but
sex in the parents' house.
But I don't think. I think Scotty was the person who smoked cigarettes, and I don't think.
No. You're right.
Weed. Are you talking about weed?
No, you're right. Oh. What I'm talking about is I didn't understand how. I figured the car accident was going to be some type of misunderstanding.
Agreed. Yes.
But the fact that she was like, oh, Scotty had me hold his cigarette, and then his mom's like, oh, she's a smoker.
Yeah, that.
So many things were against her that when that happened, I literally had to I was reading. Mm-hmm. I had to set the book down when we find out that he was alive, and she checked his pulse in his arm.
Oh, yeah, that.
And his arm was not connected. I don't know, his arm was dead.
So I think the way it is, because you read it faster than me, so you've had a few weeks and you've read a few books between.
Yeah.
So because I just fucking finished this shit this week.
Yeah.
So I think the way the car wrecked, it pinned his arm underneath the car, and that's why.
And then it lost the blood flow.
Yeah, and that's why there was no pulse.
So yes.
So that's, and then there was pulse in his neck and shit, and she didn't check that.
Can you just imagine
You're
the
in court
next
and
day,
you find out he was
you
alive.
find out he was alive.
Yeah, I get it.
I'm gonna cry right now.
I know. I just. Okay, yes, I understand. Yes, I'm like trying to think of it as like me and Mike, right? Like I would fucking be a fucking wreck. I would probably want to kill myself like she wanted to kill herself, right?
Yeah. She did make horrible choices. She was not raised the same way that you and I were.
And I'm not seeing her in a bad way because of that.
No.
Right? Like that's not. Okay, keep going. Right. Like I'm not seeing her in this way because of that, right? It's just like, and I'm having conflicting,
what are you conflicting about? Tell me.
I'm having conflicting things because, like, yes, okay, so I'm putting myself and Mike and me in this situation.
Okay.
I just think that, like, the whole, like, I wouldn't wander around and I wouldn't be in a daze. Yes, drugs and alcohol, yes. But, like, I think my first reaction would be, like, I gotta stop somebody, 911, first place to go, 911. Like, that. But she did pass out.
She passed out when she got home, though.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Because
there was a long time between her home and like she was trying to kill herself. Like she was trying to get somebody to hit her on the road.
Yeah.
But that's the point where you would think, okay, like you would click and you would try to get somebody to call or like something. I don't know. That part just really messed with me, and I'm like,
I have a question for you.
I'm ready.
Do you think? Because this just came to me. I didn't think of this when I was reading it. So she thinks she kills Scotty.
Mm-hmm.
She doesn't think calling the cops would be enough because 1, he's dead. 2, she's just going to get locked up. Do you think she thought, I deserve to be murdered, I deserve to be dead because of what I've done to him?
I guess yes, but she's not a medical person. I'm not a medical person. If I was in the situation and I checked his pulse, and if there was like in my brain, I just am not that I don't even know if I would check his pulse. I would just immediately call 911.
Did she say anything about not being able to find her phone?
Yes, yes, she did.
Okay.
She did. She was trying to find Scotty's phone, but it was like it was crushed.
Yeah, it was crushed.
I don't think it was the phone was crushed. The car was so crushed she couldn't put her hand to.
I don't remember if that was what barred her from.
I think that was
okay.
But again, I just think, is this written current or like? I just think that access to cell phones is so like. I don't know.
It is written. You mean like
current, like 2020? Too.
I think so. I don't see. It wasn't like the fact that she didn't have a cell phone, but she was also poor, wasn't she?
She was poor, right? I just have a hard time with the story, not the whole like her side, just that whole time between her and the car accident, her going into the middle of the road. Yes, she's desperate. Yes, you're feeling these emotions. You are in shock. You think you killed the love of your life. I just don't know. It did it again.
Yeah, I keep seeing it. I hope it's recorded.
No, it is. I think it would have stopped if I don't know. I just am having a hard time with it between the car accident, her taking his pulse, and then her going into the road, trying to stop traffic, trying to kill herself, and then going to her apartment and her passing out. I just have a hard time with that in between area.
Okay, that's fine. Okay, so
I love this. This is going to be the best. I can't wait.
So what other parts, because you and I could go back and forth on this fucking car crash all day. Yep. What are other parts of the book?
The fact that they fucking slept together. Are you kidding? Yes, okay. I can understand.
Who? Can you? Okay.
Ledger and Kenna.
That they slept together
That they fell in love with each other. I understand why, right?
Get your hands away from my face.
I understand why, right? Because, like, they have this bond between their losing their best friend, the love of their life, and like it makes them closer. And then the daughter, he has a life with her, she doesn't, and that even though she hasn't had a life with her yet, she means the world to her because mother, right?
Because mother.
I just am like,
so
I would never sleep with Mike's best friend.
You didn't know it was Mike's best friend when you did stuff with him the first time.
But they didn't sleep with each other.
No, but
they kissed each other.
They kissed each other, and
I still have problems with it.
okay, so same, because that's kind of weird.
Yes,
right?
yes.
Like that's kind of weird, especially after finding out. So she's like making out with this guy, and then they kind of like do stuff, and then she's like, "What's?"
You're welcome.
She like the name comes out, and she's like, "Ledger. That's such a weird name." And then we get the fucking drop of the ball here that it's his best friend. So I think
I get it, and I like that they fell in love in this whole thing. I like it, right? It's not that I don't hate it. I just am like, I have a problem with it.
It's definitely weird.
Yes, it's weird, right? Yes,
it's weird.
It's weird.
I think you are reading so much into it, though.
I think I want to hate it, but like I like it. You know what I mean?
You kind of went into this though, knowing or thinking that I was gonna love it and you were gonna hate it. So I think it's your body and your mind saying, Danielle, you have to hate this book.
I know, but
you really don't.
I know, and I know I'm never gonna read this again. That's not gonna be a reread for me because it was just okay. And like I think I have the problem with like the story, like the whole like 911 thing, and then like them falling in love and being his best friend. I liked it though. I liked it though because, and I liked the whole like the signs from heaven to them, the family. Like okay, when they had sex for the first time, this is why I cried when they had sex for the first time.
Danielle cried over a fucking sex scene.
Yeah,
what a baby.
This is what I texted Morgan. I said, Morgan, I cried during a sex scene. How did Colleen Hoover do this?
And it was also 7 o'clock in the morning. I remember that because we read before work.
So, okay. So when after they had sex and she read she wrote a letter to Scotty and it said he wasn't as good as you. And then he was like, was it good? And she said it was the best. And then there was a strike of thunder.
Yeah,
and then Scott,
that was cute.
I love that. It made me cry because I was like, oh, I love that.
That wasn't a sex. That was like after they had sex.
Oh yeah, it was after.
They weren't like mid pump or anything.
Oh no. But it was right after though, you know, like they were still sweating.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that made me cry because I was like a happy moment.
It was
right.
It was
right. Okay.
Especially if you believe in that kind of stuff.
This is why I want to give it a 4 because like these like deep moments where like they're getting signs from him and from Scotty, like when at the end where Ledger and Patrick, Scotty's dad, are sitting on the porch and they go, a fucking pigeon flies.
I lost my mind.
Yeah.
Oh my
and he
God.
goes and like Ledger didn't even notice and Patrick looks in the yard and he goes, is that a fucking pigeon? I literally was like, yes, this is the best. I didn't cry.
Yes. I think I loved also the fact of like, we found out from Ledger's side how is that a fucking pigeon?
That's funny. I love that.
And then Ledger says that around Kenna and she's like, Scotty used to say that all the time. Like, what does that mean? And he was like, I don't know.
He didn't tell her. And
he didn't tell her.
That. And I love that the only other person that knows it because he told Patrick.
He told the dad. Yeah.
Which I love that. And
then is that a fucking pigeon?
Is that a fucking pigeon?
That's some shit. That is some shit that Josh and his fucking brother would do. Is that a fucking pigiin? That made me laugh so hard. I love that
inside joke thing, and she just made that up from nowhere, and I really enjoyed that as like her writing style is really good. Like you get emotional when you read these books, and like I really do enjoy her writing style. Like, and you also have to think about it like this: you've read another Colleen Hoover before you read this, right?
Yeah.
I've only had Verity based off this.
Oh, to compare it to,
right?
Okay.
So do you see why I'm kind of like in between a 3.5 and a 4? Right?
You want to know something? So I read Verity, and then I read Regretting You.
Right.
People love Regretting You. I didn't. That could be it.
It could be, like, because I'm basing it off Verity, right? Because Verity's insanity.
Right,
Insanity.
Yes.
And I'm like, going into this book, I'm trying, like, I think what I thought was going to happen at the end of this was something crazy was going to happen. Because I just, like, going
from... it's a romance.
Yeah, and I think that, like, from going... my other Colleen Hoover book is Verity, right? So now that I've read this, I think I'm going to have a better sense of, like...
this is more of her writing style.
So... I didn't hate it though. I will read it.
That's fair.
Right? I didn't hate it. I'm still on the fence of 4 and 3, right? 4.
We're not done with the podcast yet.
I know. So I'm still on the fence of 4 3.5, right?
Yes.
So like I liked it. I did like it. I liked the story. I got emotional. I was super.
Yeah.
The ending made me so happy. Also, how about the ending, the letter? Morgan,
Hi, Scotty. I lost my fucking mind.
And I read the Hi Scotty, and this is how I was after a minute. I had my eyes closed and I was like, am I close over me? Are you okay? I was like,
Is that a fucking pigeon? You have tears in your eyes right now. You have tears right now.
So this is why I'm like in between a 3 and a 4, because it really makes me happy and emotional, and like I did cry a lot, and I don't like some books I don't.
You really
cry.
don't.
I'm not. Don't get super emotional at books. And this one, I read the Hi Scotty, and I was like, get the fuck out of here.
Get the fuck out of here.
I literally was laying in bed at 11 o'clock. I fucking read that fucking Hi Scotty.
And you're just like,
I had the book open and I was like, I think fucking God punched me in the face. And then yeah, was the playlist. I really liked that.
That was sweet, yes.
Yeah. And like the whole like Scotty being like the signs from Scotty really made me love it, because like when my grandma passed away, and like we would see cardinals all over the place, and that's like a well-known sign that you see when somebody passes away. You see a cardinal; it's a sign from God, like a sign from heaven that they're watching over you and stuff like that. And I love that. That's something that I really believe in, and I like it. Hits like the heart and emotionally, and that's why the fucking thunder thing really fucked me up, because I was just like.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I did like the story, right? I liked it. I'm mad that she didn't call 911. I'm so mad at her.
So here, let me go over a couple things that I like.
Okay, because I like literally finished it yesterday. I didn't even make notes because I like.
That's okay.
And I think that's also why I'm going towards more of a 3.5, because you guys finished it so fast. I don't know if I would finish it. I finished it as fast. Like when it takes me a bit longer, I think that I don't like it as much. You know?
Okay. So that means you have to reread it.
No. I don't think I'm going to reread it. Maybe I will. I bought this because I love the cover.
The cover is beautiful.
The cover is so pretty, right?
So
anyway,
okay.
I'm so sorry.
That's okay. So the parts that we liked. So let's see. I made a list of destroyed moments.
Oh boy.
Of when I was destroyed.
Oh boy.
So the first one, when she reads to Ledger what happened that night and how she just wanted to die. She tries to die and comes to find out Scotty was still alive.
Mm-hmm. I cried during her letter.
Yeah. So like we kind of already talked about that.
Yeah, I cried for sure.
And then we kind of already went into this, so I don't want to open that door again because we're just going to fight all day.
About the 911.
Yeah. But that part, when Ledger gets out of the car and just starts fucking throwing things.
Yeah, that makes me. If I was in that situation, I'd be so scared.
Because
but he's just going through fucking emotions, right?
He's finding out the last moments of his best friend's death.
Right, and that's fucking crazy. Like I'm trying to think of that perspective from Josh's.
Like imagine that I died, and then you don't know what happened,
and then I find out. Oh, I'd probably just poop my pants. I don't know. I would cry.
Yeah.
I think men, not all men, right? This is not me being sexist, but I think men tend to go through frustration before they go into a cry, right? Like,
yes.
When I think women just cry, right? Like most women, again, not sexist, but me and you cry.
I think also, so he came back and he was like, I'm not mad at you.
Right. And
I just need to like get out, because he's known one side of a story
his whole life. And
long.
He's finally learning this part of the story, right?
They think that she just was like, fuck this guy. I don't love him.
Right.
I'm going to go back and snuggle on into bed.
Yeah. But that wasn't really
she literally tried to kill herself because she was like, I just took away
a person from
his family.
Not even that. Exactly. Like herself and his family. Right. And she finds out she's pregnant. So like
She finds that out during the court
Right,
proceeding, yeah.
So
So that was the one destroyed moment. When Scotty's mom brings over the engagement ring.
Yep.
Because she was like, I have something for you. And I really honestly thought the DM was there.
Also same.
And I was like, oh, okay. And she brings out a bag. And I thought also, it took me a minute to realize, I thought she was bringing out the fake one that he bought for her.
Oh.
Remember when he bought a different ring instead of the actual
yeah,
engagement ring? And then she brings out this. I just got goosebumps. Do you see that?
Yeah, no.
I have goosebumps.
I think I teared up during that too. I didn't release tears, but
Oh my God. I was like, this motherfucker.
yeah.
It was also a really moving moment that Scotty's mom was the one to be
Yes.
like, I have that for you.
Mhm. That made me so happy. I really liked that. And yeah, it makes me happy that she woke up in the morning, got Ledger, and was like, I want to meet her.
go.
I want to meet
Yeah.
her. And that made me so happy. I loved the ending of this book. Like, just everything that happened from that point to then, I just loved it. It was so good. Like, that's why I'm like, 4? Yeah, 4. Like,
It's so Victoria also made a good point because I was texting her when I finished it because I think Liz was still reading it and obviously you hadn't finished it yet.
I was like fucking at page 70. You guys were like in the middle, like at almost the end.
well, whatever. But she said as a mother also, it kind of destroyed her. But she also liked the realistic side of the ending to be like, well, they didn't just up and say that Kenna could have DM. Kenna and what's his face, Ledger, lived across the street. And DM stayed with the grandparents.
Yes. Oh, I like that too.
Because it wasn't like, oh, I just swooped in and I got all my rights back.
Right.
It was realistic.
Right. I liked that too. But like that, and I like that they included her, and like I like that the dinner wasn't awkward. I mean, it was,
But it wasn't.
Right.
Right.
Okay, keep going with your destroy parts.
So I just have technically 2 more, but 1 more. So when she gets to meet DM for the first time and how she just interacted with her, and Ledger was like there to be like, oh, this is my friend. And then she kind of is like, guess what? I'm your mom.
Yeah, well, she was like, I have a secret for you.
And she's like, and the daughter was like, really? Did you get a bigger car?
Oh my God. Yes.
And she was like, yeah, I did.
Yeah.
No, she said she doesn't have a car, but she's working on it. And
then she said Ledger gave me a ride.
Yeah. And just the fact of like, I also really, really loved Ledger and DM's relationship.
Me too.
It was so sweet. Like, it wasn't like he wasn't
trying hard to be her dad, right?
He was the fun uncle.
Yes. Yeah.
He was the fun uncle.
Yeah. And she loved him so much. And like, I like that he wasn't trying to be Scotty, right? To her.
Yes.
And I think that would have ruined it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Even more than
it's not that I didn't like
No,
it.
I'm
No,
just
I
kidding.
do
I'm just
like
kidding.
it. Like, I did like it. Like, I'm between like my 3s, 4s, and 5s are books that I like.
Yes.
Right? So I liked it. It's not that I hated it. I liked it because I was going into it thinking I would hate it.
You did.
But I liked it, right?
That's my
liked
last bullet point.
Yeah. The
Hi, Scotty at the end.
Holy balls. I'm not kidding you. That moment I sat there and like, I'm in that position that I fucking had. I like was like, holy.
So let me.
Can I tell you one moment that you didn't mention that I destroyed me?
Yes.
When they were in the living room after dinner, or maybe it was at the table, and she was on Ledger's lap and she crawled into Henna's lap and she put her head on her and she like set her head down and she like, and it was from Ledger's point of view and she was seeing that fucked me up because I cried
So
during
sweet.
that because I was just
Yeah.
like and I was like, I love my mom.
I love my mom.
So yeah, I don't know, but
I think
the emotionals in this book,
yes,
good, love it. If you love
Thumbs up.
cry, emotional cries, happy cries, this is a good book, right? Like you feel the feels. I like that about it, and that's why I'm 4, right?
And I think it was also kind of sweet to touch on the like signs from heaven.
Love that.
Excuse me. When DM
Signs from
is like,
heaven.
when DM is like, I want a sibling, and then she looks up to the sky and she's like, please don't give her this wish.
Yes.
Don't give her this wish. And then she ends. It was like a couple years
it was
later,
like, I think it was like 2 years later.
Yeah. I was a little kind of like, oh, well, now she's like having a baby with Ledger. I don't really know how I feel about that.
Yeah.
The high Scotty just made
Scotty
everything better.
sent me. I was like, oh boy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because, yeah, I also was the same way because I was just like, yeah, they're having a baby. Like, okay, this is very cliche, huh?
And then the hi.
Hi, Scotty.
If it was just kind of like, oh yeah, we named him Scotty, I would have been like, okay, that's cute, whatever. But the hi, Scotty. Just the way she wrote it.
Yes. Hello, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Can I tell you something that's really cute that DM did that I really love?
Yes.
And I want to write it in my review 1,000 times.
Okay.
Okay, so how she said, so she didn't really know the word very, so she said soaking.
Yes.
That makes me so happy. I love that. It's just a cute 5-year-old thing, right?
It really
it's
is.
so
cute.
Yeah. Whatever. So.
These are, I'm not going to go over and read every single quote, but I
Lady Diana, yes.
Jesus Christ. I wrote down the quotes for this.
Oh, okay,
the quotes in the beginning. But yeah, so the other characters that I loved obviously was Lady Diana.
She's so funny in the fact that she called him jerk the entire
Ledger.
Ledger. So good. So good. She's just so funny.
I liked the kind of sarcasm in the beginning too when Ledger shows up when they're like doing the sparklers, and Lady Diana's like, who's this guy? And she's like, this is the guy I was telling you about, the guy that's holding me for my child.
Yeah,
like she was just so like bitchy about it.
It's so funny.
The guy who kidnapped my child or whatever she said. And then she was just kind of like, jerk. And then she goes up to the window and is like peering inside of the truck to be like, jerk. She was so funny.
So funny. Yeah. And I love that what's her actual name? Lucy, right? Isn't it Lucy?
I don't remember.
Whatever. But she named herself Lady Diana.
Because she introduced herself and Kenna was like, is that really your name? And she was like, no, but that's what I want you to call me. Or that's like better.
Yeah.
And she was like, okay.
Yeah. Also, going back to like when she meets Lady Diana, right? I like Kenna because she's really like she's pushing herself to be this better person, right? She has nothing, literally has nothing. There's a month, like I think it's probably a month or a few weeks where she doesn't have any food. And
she doesn't have a bed
has
or
nothing, right? And she gets this apartment and she's really trying to like, she can't get a job because she went to jail. No one wants to hire her. She literally is a bag person for most of the book. And I just like that, and I like that she wasn't a shitty mom. And I don't think she ever was going to be written as a shitty mom, but
she was trying.
She was really trying. Like she wasn't like there's trying and then there's trying.
It also, because I feel like there's characters that you'll see that are like, yeah, I'm trying, but they're like also still playing the victim a little bit. Yeah. To be like, well, I went to one place and they didn't hire me. I'm not going to get hired anywhere. She was going and tried.
And she was going to take the bottom of the barrel job, whatever the fuck
she asked for a job in the bathroom.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
And she just was trying.
Right. And I think that's why I like her. Like I wasn't sure I was going to like her, but I like her because she's really trying. Like there's books where you like will read about moms that are like in the same situation that they're like, but she was trying. So and like I don't know, it's really good, and it rounds out really good. You know,
it does.
It's in the writing is really good. You get emotional, and it's just it's so good. But it's like there's points where I was just like
the 911 call,
and then like the fact that she's fucking his best friend. What the fuck?
They have a baby together.
See,
I also loved, I don't know if loved is the right word, but Marco,
his best friend. Well, his new best friend, where he helped him get out of rehab or whatever.
Yes, I can't remember. I don't think his name's Marco. I thought it was with an M, but that guy. Yep. He was so sweet and so like, because he was like, dude, you need to go talk to her. You're being a dick.
And he was the one person, I think the one other person in town that wasn't convoluted by the accident story.
No, I don't even know if he was in town for he didn't know about it.
Yeah, and he didn't have an idea. He was the one other person who didn't have an idea about Kenna that like everybody else had, right?
Yeah.
And he was more on Ledger's side because of his backstory with Ledger. Right? So, and I love that backstory with him, how he got he's helping him get out of rehab, and he buying mugs, and then she kind of goes into his apartment. He's like, you must like coffee, right? And he was like,
oh, that's a long story.
Right. I love that. And he was like, it's kind of gotten to a point where, I think he told her that it was about rehab, and he said it's kind of gotten to a point where it's a joke now.
Yeah.
So,
But I did like him and how he didn't, like you said, go into the story a lot. He was just kind of like, she's a person, dude. Like, you can't just treat her like a bag of shit.
Yeah.
She's trying. She's doing, like, he kind of helped Ledger.
Yeah. And he meant, and like Ledger's part of the book at the end mentions that he has to thank him for pushing him to go talk to Kenna.
Yeah.
So I like that. I wish I remembered his name. But
you'll find it.
I read a review about it this morning, this book, and they gave it high praise, right? And I was like, they talked about how Ledger was a really good book boyfriend, which I agree and I disagree, right? Like,
I don't think I picked, like, he just kind of sounds like he'd be attractive. I think that's the only thing that is
there's
there
like
for
the
me.
tattoos, and he's kind of like a bad boy.
I think maybe the book boyfriend aspect of that I'm agreeing to is how he was with DM.
Yes.
Everything else, not really.
Right. I agree.
Which he just, he was nice. He didn't do anything bad, but like I've had better.
Yeah. I've read better.
I've had better.
Alex from People We Meet on Vacation, or how about fucking Kate from
Where the Crawdads
Yeah.
That's my favorite.
Yeah. He was good, but not
He was
the
good.
best, right?
Yeah.
So with Colleen Hoover, right? I'm excited to read another one, right? Because like from
You just said right so many times.
right. So Verity was really good, like top notch for me, huh? And then we read
instead of right.
and then we read this, which is her normal. Yeah. I'm excited to read November 9th.
Yeah, me too. I think
I own this. Listen, did I tell you that I ordered the copy that was like the
signed?
The old cover?
Oh yes.
It came in the mail.
Really?
Yeah, I'm sad.
Oh,
so whatever. So now I have it. So me, you, and Liz can buddy read it.
Okay.
I'm excited to read it. Right?
If you say right one more fucking time,
I can't because I'm trying to throw a point in.
So I'm just gonna read.
I think that.
Oh my god.
Like you said before, how you read the one book of hers right after Verity, but you read this after and you really loved it. I'm thinking that I'll probably really enjoy November 9th. Right? Okay. Go ahead. What are you gonna say? I'm gonna do a tally every time I say it, and it'll be like on the top bar. Okay.
Are you done?
Holy shit! It's 2:24.
Are you done?
Yeah, I'm done.
For fuck's sake, dude. I'm waiting. You're gonna cut me off. You're gonna say something.
No, I'm not.
So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 quotes that I'm going to put in my planner. I'm not going to read them all right here. But if you have this planner, there's like a whole part for quotes and I'm kind of slacking on them. And this book had so many quotes. In the Kindle version, it will underline where like people have highlighted before. So I was like, oh, I can see the lines. I know it's going to destroy me because they were all really good. So one of the ones that maybe I'm sorry, I'm trying to like there's so many.
I wrote down a quote. I'll read the one I wrote down.
Okay, yeah, let's see if it's one of the ones that are
I
on
only
here.
wrote down one because
That's okay.
I also I'm moving right now, so like I'm whatever. So it's like I'm not really focused a lot on books and stuff, so okay. Happiness isn't some permanent thing we're all trying to achieve in life. It's merely a thing that shows up every now and then, sometimes in tiny doses that are just substantial enough to keep us going.
Yes, that was the first
one.
That's I had the longer part of it, but yeah.
One.
So there was a couple other.
Hi,
this
Scotty.
One. Oh my god, I know. Well, the last one. Now that I've forgiven myself, the reminders of him only make me smile.
Oh, I like that one.
And that was page 318, which is probably like
towards
the end. Yeah, the end. Yeah. So this one, we're all just a bunch of sad people doing what we have to do to make it until tomorrow. Some of us sadder than others. Some of us more willing to forgive than others. Grudges are heavy, but for the people hurting the most, I suppose forgiveness is even heavier.
Oh, I like that one.
Then I think that one might have been from Ledger's perspective. This one is from Kenna's. I don't want to believe that there are good people and bad people and no in-between people. I don't want to believe I'm worse than anyone else, as if there's a bucket full of evil somewhere within me that continues to refill every time it runs empty. I don't want to believe I'm capable of repeating behavior I've displayed in the past, but even after all these years, people are still suffering because of me. There's just so many good ones.
Yeah, there's so many good quotes.
And then last one is really small. It's short. So this was from, what did she name her cat?
Oh, Ivy.
Ivy. So this is from Ivy. So you decide right now, right here, are you going to live in your sadness or are you going to die in it?
Yeah, I like that.
That one was like, fuck.
I liked that too. Like, that's another point of this book that I really like, that she like went back to her prison time and then she like took this person from her prison time, this bad experience, and she got a good, like, this Ivy person really like set her forward. Because if without Ivy, she really was going to be just given up, right? But Ivy.
You notice it now.
Sleep. Ivy was the person who set her forward, and I really like that. And then she named her cat, her fucking free cat.
I loved that
shit was
like,
hilarious.
Here, have a cat. I was just like, I want to move into this apartment.
I have too many cats here. Have one. And I was like, what the heck? Yeah, it's so funny.
But
also, what did she do? She got gluten-free cupcakes so she could stay on the landlord's good side.
Yes.
And I loved the fact that, oh my God, I don't remember his name. The best, Fletcher's best friend was like in love with the bakeries.
And he was like, don't even say anything else about the cupcakes. You're letting this lady work here that you banged last week.
So funny.
He was just so like good.
Yeah, he was a good character. And I wish that she was like Taylor Jenkins Reid so we could get a whole fucking story about him.
Maybe we will. I mean, she could still write it.
Yeah.
Right?
Fucking.
Do you have anything else that you want to? Oh, her name is Lucy. You were right.
Okay, yeah.
It's Lucy, but I like Lady Diana better.
That's funny. No. I think I'm still on the fence about what I'm gonna rate it. I'll think about it for a few days, and probably
don't feel pressure.
But that's the thing, though. Here I'm gonna think about it a lot. So here I am gonna give it a 4.
What his name is? Take a guess. I'm wrong. Take a guess.
Jared.
No.
What is it?
Roman.
Oh shit, that's right. Well, there's an M at the end. And you said Marco, right? You said Marco?
There's an M at the end.
Well, you said Marco, and then so it's Roman. I guess I could understand. I'm giving you the devil's advocate point of view.
You want to know something? The book that I just read, the ARC,
his name
one of
Marcos?
the guys. Yeah, one of the guys' names is Marco.
Yeah. Would you say the hype is real?
For what? The book?
This book, yeah.
Oh, 100%. What do you think?
I would say yeah, for sure.
So here's a thing, too. Defending you, so people don't come at you in the comments.
I don't care. Come at me. Fuck it. Watch me write this review and put it on Bookstagram. I don't care.
I did not like Anxious People.
Okay.
But
I loved Anxious People.
I understand why you loved it.
Mm-hmm. I understand why you love. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
It's not just because you didn't have the same feeling as far as rating wise what I did doesn't mean that you don't understand the hype. It just means that you don't think
the hype is for you.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So like that's fine. People are entitled to rate it whatever. I tried, y'all. I really tried. If she gives it a 3.5, come at her.
No, but I think I'll probably end up giving it a 4 because
don't let me bully you into a 4.
No, because this is a book I'll think about a bit because like just how it is, like how it was written, like the moments, like the signs of heaven and like whatever.
I also think tying back to Anxious People, I think I was going to give that a 3 or a 3.5. I didn't rate it. I thought about it more and I went to a 4. No pressure. But then I think I ended up giving it a 5 because I was like, you know what? I understand.
Yeah.
I get it. And that's
I'm
not
not
me
gonna
saying
give it a 5.
no, that's fine. But like after I thought about it a little bit more, I was like, you know what? No, let me do it because it did end up being good.
Yeah.
But
sorry.
whatever. That's okay.
I fucking love your fit today. The socks are really what's doing it for me. Yeah, the socks. Wait.
Fuzzy socks.
Yeah, that's it. The fit is for freaking real. I like it. I just noticed the socks.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I'm liking it. I wish
they got
I had
grippy bottoms too.
Yeah, I wish I was you. I really do. Why? So yeah. I would say read it.
Definitely read it.
If you're on the fence, read it.
Danielle's saying to read it, and I think that's good enough as we're gonna get.
Yeah, no, but that's the thing. I'm not a romance reader. You know, I'm more fantasy, thriller, sci-fi, right? Fuck. I mean, I'm gonna put that's gonna be my swear jar. It's when I say right. Fuck. So, this is a good romance.
Yeah,
Like,
I think it was also. I don't think it was fully romance, was it? It was something else. It was classified as something else, wasn't it?
I don't know. I went into this without reading the back.
Okay, let me see. I'm gonna look. So, do you have anything else you want to add to this?
No, I think you guys should read it.
Oh, contemporary fiction as well.
Oh, so yeah, technically.
So, with that being said, definitely read this book. I would highly recommend it if you're into Colleen Hoover.
Oh, you're gonna fucking love it.
Gonna love
yeah,
it.
you're gonna fucking love it.
So yeah. Do you want to lead us into the Bookstagrammer of the month, and then we'll do the genre for next month?
So we picked someone this month who I personally I love her. We love everyone we pick, right? So
Of course, yes.
We picked a person who I met when I first started Bookstagram, and I think we started around the same time, and we took on to each other because we love hockey. And then we started to grow our friendship, and we really read very similar genre books, and we're in a book club together. And our Bookstagrammer of the month is Erica Rivertown Reading on her. That's her handle, and she's a big hockey fan. She's somebody who's really easy to talk to. She has a cute ass puppy, and his name's Echo. And I don't know. Her content's great. She's really her reviews are really good to read. She puts up fun challenges, and she puts pictures up of her dog. I don't know if you like. She's just a really good friend of mine, and I love talking to her. She's somebody I talk to daily. And she probably thinks I'm fucking annoying because there's some times where I'm like, Erica Hopper! So, I don't know. Everybody should go follow her. And I think that she's just somebody who I've met through the internet that I think, like, I see myself as, like, she's just a person who I confide in, even though she's just somebody I know through the internet. Which, soon in June, we're going to all meet each other in real life, which is so exciting. I'm excited to meet them all because they're just such great humans. They're all bookish and we're nerdy, so it's gonna be fun. I'm friggin' pumped. So yeah, everybody go follow Erica, yay!
So her handle is at Rivertown Reading, all one word, all lowercase.
Yay! So congrats, Erica.
Thanks for following.
Yeah.
Thanks for being a friend.
Yay!
So for next month,
I'm so nervous.
We are going to pick the genre out of this Ghostbuster cup that Josh paid $17 for at the movie theater.
Worth it.
I don't know if it was actually 17. I'm being dramatic.
No, it probably was.
But look at this thing.
Did you go to see that at did you get it at the drive-in or at the actual movie theater?
We went to Regal.
Oh, okay.
But we didn't go see Ghostbusters.
No, I know.
Oh, okay. So all the genres are in here. Oh, we didn't pick out romance. So if we get romance, we're going to draw again.
Yeah.
Because we're going to try and make it. So like hypothetically, let's say we read a fiction next month. We're not going to.
We'll take out fiction after.
Yeah. I'm so scared.
I'm scared too. I'm scared too. Okay, so before you pick, Morgan and I have two genres we don't want to read because we recently. Okay, Morgan does not like YAs, right?
It's
today's the day.
So is today the day? I feel like I'm gonna throw up. I'm so nervous.
Morgan does not like YA. I just read Brave New World, and I think I need a break from classics.
Okay, one's in my hand. I don't want to look at it.
You want me to do it?
No, I'm so scared. You can cut this out if we don't like it. Okay. Memoir.
Oh, a memoir. Okay, this is gonna be good. Okay,
so it is memoir.
Okay.
I don't know if you can see it, but it is.
Okay. I'm into
I just
it.
almost threw up all over the microphone.
I'm excited. This is interesting because I haven't read a memoir in a while.
I just read one.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Yeah.
It's fine.
Well,
You guys-
we can wait and see what the book of the month, if there's a memoir in there.
We could also read. You just got Will.
I did just get Will. Holy balls.
So let's see what book of the month is. What'd you say? Okay, but can I see what book of the month has? Because I mean, Will Smith is cool, but let's see if there's any other ones.
Okay, yeah, no, because it could be a really good memoir.
It could, yeah. I mean, that sounds like one I would probably want to
Okay.
read anyway. But we'll see. We can't announce it.
Okay.
Knock it off.
Okay. You'll see soon. Check our our Instagrams.
Oh, can you do a rap thing every month?
A rap? Oh, I see what you're talking. I'm like, I don't rap things.
Maybe, I mean,
Maybe
I don't
we're
know.
gonna read Will. Oh,
I thought you just said gonorrhea, and I was like, canceled.
I can't
Canceled.
say gonorrhea on the internet.
Canceled.
Maybe we'll read gonorrhea. Never mind, forget it. Anyway,
No, you said maybe we're gonna read
Oh.
Will. You were like, maybe we're
Gonorrhea.
Gonorrhea. Gonorrhea.
I mean,
So follow our Bookstagram account at
they'll probably drop book of the month till 25th. Oh no,
because
no, because they waited for a while last month.
But since February only has 28 days,
They might do the 25th.
maybe because the 28th is a weekend, isn't it? Or is it a month? They'll probably drop it on that
They're
Monday.
bitches. They're bitches. I'm freaking mad. They waited a really long time last
I
month.
know they did,
And we were all like,
and they all sucked. Well, you got
I got Rivers Enchanted, the fantasy one.
yeah.
There was no Morgan. You know what this month was.
Your dumbass porn book, and it sucked.
Well, I haven't read it yet.
Oh well, great.
Oh yeah, Golden Couple was eh.
I got that on.
Don't Cry for Me. You were interested in that, but it was just kind of like a maybe.
It was a maybe, and I also wanted an add-on.
Yeah. Oh.
So I think that's why, because I was gonna do that and just get the
Mhm.
add-on, but then I was like, no, let me not waste my money.
Rivers Enchanted sounds very similar to Fable, and that's why I got that.
Yeah.
And then Peach Blossom Spring was one that I was interested in too, and
I'm writing down memoir, so I don't.
oh,
forget.
good call. And Mike's mom got that, and that's historical fiction. And then Vlad. I want to read Vlad's science because of science, right? Because the cover. You okay? Look at the cover. The book cover is insanity.
It's
insanity.
yeah,
It's a
I've seen it.
hairy-chested man, and he's not even fit. He's just,
Jesus.
he's kind of look at the like his puby ass beard.
No, I don't want to.
I won this book in a
Nope, that's it. We're done. Cutting it.
real quick.
No.
I won this book in a giveaway, and I can't even wait to read it. And I've been trying to get somebody to send it to Morgan so we can.
If
butt
you
it
do,
in.
I swear to God, blocked. Blocked.
Oh man.
No fucking way.
The picks for this month were not that bad though. I was on the fence before I read through them, but yeah.
I skipped this.
Yeah, I know you did.
I hope March will be better.
I think it will because I think a lot of people skipped this month.
Mhm.
But I think a lot of people also did get Golden Couple, which I've seen.
Yes.
Meh.
I've seen like 3.
Yeah, same.
I got it on
knew-
NetGalley though.
I knew it was gonna be 3 because it's just from reading the description, it just
Yeah.
sounds okay.
Yeah, it was just kind of like meh.
Mhm.
Well, I didn't read it actually. I don't know why I'm saying.
Well,
but
you
it sounded
might,
meh.
you might. So
I got it on NetGalley, so I
will-
want
yeah.
to.
You know who read it? Liz read it, and she said
Yeah.
she liked it.
I think she gave it a 3 though.
Yeah, she said something about the ending.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever. Anyway, so keep an eye out on our Bookstagram page. I'm gonna try and maybe if we can do the wrap.
I can do that. I'm probably. It depends
And-
on if. Well, I'll end up buying it because I usually buy the book, so
Yeah,
we can have it in front of us.
So we'll see when to post the wrap. Maybe I'll do that like the first week,
Mhm.
the wrap,
Mhm.
and then the second week post.
It just depends on when we get
Figure
the
out.
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just like to do maybe the first week, so if people want to get it and read along, they have a month to read along. I know I can. I don't. But he can read it with us with the pod. We'll see. But follow the pod page.
Yeah.
It's at Boozed and Reviewed Pod on Instagram. And
Where can they find you?
I am at _bookmorgs_. Where can they find you?
I'm at Danny Allreads. ALLREADS.
Anything else you want to add before we close out?
Nope. I'm good. Yeah. Woohoo!
That's it?
Yeah.
High five.
High five. Yay!
Come back, episode. Okay. Are you done?
Episode 9. That's my favorite number. It's gonna be a good podcast.
We're skipping next
Oh.
month. We're almost on a year.
I know. When did we start? We started in August.
June, July.
Oh yeah, we did start in June, July. We're gonna have to do something for our 1 year anno.
Anno.
1 year anno.
We'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll read Will for our 1 year anno.
No. Anyway,
thanks for listening
yeah.
to this fucking long ass
mess of a podcast that it is.
It's whatever, Don't buy these. Don't buy these.
Oh yeah, don't buy these.
Buy that.
This.
And
We had a
follow
50-50 podcast today.
That's okay.
Yeah.
And follow us to find out what we're reading for next month.
Yay!
For March.
Woohoo!
Any suggestions are also definitely.
Oh yeah, memoir
send us some
suggestions are absolutely welcome because I'm not a memoir reader. I'm not
a memoir reader.
Okay, well, I'm not a memoir reader.
We did it at the same time.
I'm not a memoir reader. I'm not a memoir reader. So
neither am
yeah,
I.
so we would love a suggestion if you have one. I think this is a memoir.
Is
I think so.
Oh, that's not a good
We'll
one.
see. I will read it.
Did you say
because
did,
I
did
think
you no did you say we'll see?
okay. This has been episode 9 of Boost and Reviewed.
Quick, tell a joke.
I'm gonna tell it, and you're gonna want to off yourself, so I'm gonna tell it. A dyslexic guy walks into a bra. This is the end. This is the end.
Post and reviewed episode fucking 27.